of Apple and your premium Optus dealer.
Hampton League Live. Welcome to your live coverage of the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, right here on Streamer, Australia's premier community sports streaming platform. The best coverage of local footy and netball on the Great South Coast starts now. For Warrnambool Nissan, Baitness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool. This is the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, live and free on Streamer.
Live on your Saturday afternoon, our match of the day about to get underway. Players getting into positions. Alan Blackburn is trackside. Blackie, what are the conditions, mate? Looks absolutely magnificent downstairs.
Yeah, pretty good. Unfortunately, Tommy Batten didn't win the toss. Matt Sully won the toss, kicking down to the town end, the Warrnambool end, where there might be about a 1-goal breeze down that way, I reckon, Matty. So, ground's in good nick, and looking forward to a good contest.
Who you tipping, Blackie?
Yeah, probably North, mate. Although without Vards makes a big difference, but be good to see the Seagulls be very competitive. That's what we want.
Wiggs?
Yeah, I think I'm going North Warrnambool. They don't lose too many games here, and I think you'll find they're really well organised, and they've got very high pressure. So, but obviously Port Fair, I think, are going to be bringing the heat as well. So it should be a ripping game.
Hilly?
Yeah, North just. I'm looking forward to seeing Lockie Wines and Jake Bartlett in the ruck. Similar type players, similar type size, and I reckon, that's going to be pretty influential in that midfield battle.
I'm going to go Port Fairy then, boys. Just for something a little bit different. I'll go the Seagulls to get the job done in a really tight contest, because last week we all went the Blues. And the blood salute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not falling for that one again, boys. Not falling for it at all.
Sully started forward too. Rowan up high.
Rowan high.
As in Jason.
He's been playing a lot of highness this year, has Jason Rowan. So the ball in the middle of the ground. Let's get her underway. Jakey Bartlett. Bit of a 0-0 draw, to be honest. Quick kick comes forward. Port Fairy go into attack for the very first time. Big fight. Good mark, too. It's kind of uncontested in the end. And that was taken by Mitch Ryan. Nice grab, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal just inside the 50-metre arc. This will be a perfect start here, boys.
Yep, centre clearance, contested mark inside 50. So, yeah, big. I think the way Port Fairy start will be really important.
So, Mitch Ryan. He'll kick just inside the 50-metre arc, comes in, kicks on its way, strikes it well. It is a goal ski! And the Seagulls, in 41 seconds, have put the first score on that National Tile scoreboard, and they go to 1 straight 6. Eagles yet to score, and we spoke about Wiggs with Dusty before the game. Well, Blackie asked a question about their slow starts. This has been the perfect one.
Yeah, absolutely. So they would have changed some things up, but again, centre clearance, and really good kick for goal from Mitch Ryan there. So, again, matchups, looks like Gary Rowan's starting. He's starting out of the goal square. Again, Jason Rowan a bit higher. Sully probably in the middle of the 50. So, but good start, obviously.
Yeah, great conversion there from Mitch Ryan, the youngster. Ball back in the centre, so it's the Seagulls by a goal. Matty Wines got the handball out, deflected off the Seagulls. They go inside forward 50, North Warrnambool. So now it's a running race. Harwood leading the chase up against Joey Higgins. Everill's there to support. Ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. So you've got the veteran in there, Snooze Wines, just getting his hands dirty and still playing dangerous footy for the Eagles, isn't he?
Oh, he's been unbelievable. What a career. And still, like I said, he's not just limping to the finish line. He's still a really important player for him.
50-50 ruck contest, and all wrapped up. Matty Wines, that player, right on the tail of Kane Merkovich, not leaving him any space, and they'll go and throw it up once again. So Bartlett the tap down, the forward little faint tap there by the Eagles. Xavier Harris in there. Here they go through Braden Ross, trying to get out of defensive 50, and the ball's going to trickle over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Blackie, anything you're seeing out there, I guess, matchup or structure-wise at the moment?
Good centre clearance there by young George Forbrick. Got it in there, good mark and a good conversion. All pretty good. Gary Rowan playing deep forward, as we said, so it should be good contest there.
So here we go, Port Fairy. Just stepping through traffic. Could have been taken high. Has he been pink for holding the ball? Yes, he has. Free kick will go to the Eagles. It's going to go to Lockie Wines, the big man who was sensational last week. Played a lot of rugby as a kid growing up. Lockie?
Yep, for the Northern Territory, very good tackler, but for a big bloke, he's good skills
And can kick the footy
yes,
a long
he can.
way.
Probably, yeah. Look, he'll pinch hit the ruck a little bit. Obviously, going to have to ruck a lot today, but he can go forward or back.
So Lockie Wines comes in. He's going to kick from just inside 50. Kicks on its way, strikes it good. Not going to get the distance. Big flight. Oh, over the back, that was Batten. Luke Wines back to Batten. Snap around the body. His kick was smothered. Coming through there is Rowan. Down defensive 50. You don't see that very often. Kick comes forward. Goes through the hands of Sully. Robertson overruns the football. Handball comes out now. Oh, ran into trouble. The pressure and the heat's there. And that was a good tackle. And that was Reece Scoble, who just run himself into a bit of trouble there. And good pressure from Jason Rowan, leading from the front. Rowan wanted to go short to Edmonds, who swings onto the right boot. Kick goes forward, and Gary Rowan on the end of it. And Rowan will go back and have a shot directly in front, right in front of the goals here. And Gary Rowan has got a chance to slot another one for the Port Fairy Seagulls, and this would be a perfect start.
A couple of interesting things there. The Jason Rowan clearance from the back 50 and then the tackle, something he probably hasn't done a lot of over his career.
So Rowan comes in. Kicks on its way, strikes it good, umpire moves to the left and it just misses and goes through for a minor score. So 117 Port Fairy, Eagles yet to score. That's on the National Tile scoreboard.
So Jared Lewis, just the sun in the eyes a little bit, looking to where he wants to go for this next destination. So he'll go short. And a nice kick in there to Bailey Keast, who's been a very good player this year, Wiggsy, with what he's done in that back half. Not his best kick on that occasion, and the intercept mark taken there by Edmonds. That's James Edmonds, who has been hitting the scoreboard, as we've been speaking about pre-game with Dusty McCorkle. So not his best kick on that occasion, Keast, but has been a very good player for the Eagles thus far this season.
Yeah, look, he has been. He's probably not strengthening his game, kicking tractor. He's terrific one-on-one player, great defender. So, but yeah, they just left the door open and just probably gave it a bit too much elevation.
Edmonds kicks it strong, but then pushes it to the right. So there's some opportunities. They go to 1-2-8, the Seagulls. North Warrnambool yet to score. 5 minutes gone on that league contracting time clock. And an 8-point margin. So Lewis with a kick in again. He goes short, finds Noski, team of the year last year, and he finds Brennan. Interleague squad representative for the Eagles. Will Brennan had a terrific year across half-back. So he's going to bring it down the broadcast side wing. Harry Kess set himself. The spoil there by the Seagulls. And the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Great start. And you can hear Blackie downstairs with you. You can hear them. They're up and about, aren't they, Paul Ferry? They're really putting the pressure on.
Who's that number 47 who just went on, boys?
Sam Lee.
Sammy Lee. Son of Cheetah.
He was roaring.
Son of Cheetah and cousin of Paddy. Here he is, straight to the play too, well, Sammy. High up and under. Snap goes forward, sitting underneath it and taking a nice mark with Scoble. It's a Brant John Deere, no fear for mine. Kicks out further afield. And that's
Harris.
Grundy. That's Harris, is it?
Yep.
Xavier Harris had a good year, actually. He goes inboard. That time to O'Brien. O'Brien can go back to Harris. So they're just happy just to chip it around a little bit here, the Eagles. Running for him there was Gorman. Good to see him back into that Eagles lineup. Good mark. No, not paid. Nearly through the hands of Batten. Coming through there nice and strong. Good tackle in the end by Edmonds. And we are going to have a ball up. So Port Fairy 1-2-8. 6.5 minutes gone. They lead the Eagles yet to score. That's on the National Tile scoreboard.
The tap down from Bartlett, only as far as Matty Wines, inside forward 50. Luke Wines up the ball a little bit too, Wiggsy. Sort of not across half back.
I reckon the half forwards are rolling up. So that's why he's up there.
Dusty did say that.
So ball up thrown again. This time Wine wins it. The handball come out from, that was King. And the tackling pressure strong for the Seagulls. They're not giving any space, any width. And we'll go a stoppage once again. So 1-2-8, 7 minutes gone in this first term here at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. Wines, great tap. McKinnon gets a handball to Matty Wines. On the run for a goal. Nails it. Good team goal for the Eagles. And the margin's back to 2 points, Wiggs.
Yeah, look, two left footers there. Sam McKinnon, who's come back into the side and been really, I think, playing really well. But Matt Wines, you've spoken a lot, well, you guys have over the years, but just really good finish. So
Do you know what I loved a bit? I reckon the ruck work of Lockie Wines there. That was good.
Yeah. Going to be a really good battle, Jake Bartlett and Lockie Wines. But he's crafty, Lockie Wines. And again, good when he hits the ground, got good skills.
And a bit of strength too, I reckon, around the ball.
So, good finish there from the snooze man. Alan Blackburn downstairs. Geez, it's good conditions, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful down. As I said, bit of bruise going down to the town end. Probably a goal bruise, I reckon.
So the ball back in the middle now. Edmonds first upon it. And umpire Dan Misson says, let's have a ball up. So Wines and Bartlett will go at it again. Good strength again. All free kick. Might have been a bit stiff there, Lockie Wines. Free kick will go to big Jakey Bartlett. Really having a great season. Oh, that's a beautiful kick to Sully too, who's marked just on the 50-metre arc. So him and Adam Wines match up today. He fancies himself here, Big Sags too.
Yeah, got a bit of bruise behind him there, Matty.
He's going to go back. I like it. He's taken it upon himself, and this will be a big goal. He's going to kick from just outside 50. Going to take his best crack for mine. Comes in. Kicks on its way. He struck it magnificently well. He's hit the goalpost at the top, so distance wasn't a concern.
They've missed three. That was probably unlucky, but they've missed. You just wonder whether they're going to be ruining those chances.
They've had a couple of chances. So the Seagulls go to 1-3-9, 1 straight 6, the North Warrnambool Eagles. So short chip kick out. Goes to that man Luke Wines, fresh off 48 last week. He goes further afield. And that was the Brennan, back to Keast. That's the truck, or the tractor as they like to call him out here. Gets it back to Luke Wines. Steps back through traffic, not his best kick. Gary Rowan intercepts, kicks in, boy, beautiful. Nice play. And Bailey Dwyer on the end of it. And Dwyer will go back and have a shot 30 metres out. They need to kick this one, Wigsy.
They do. Been a bit uncharacteristic of the North Warrnambool boys. This is 2 marks, 2 shots at goal from 2 turnovers by foot. So Luke Wines trying to create. But this is a big kick for Port Fairy.
So Bailey Dwyer comes in. Kicks on its way. It is a goal ski. And the Seagulls have got their second, so they go to 2-3-15, leading the North Warrnambool Eagles 1 straight 6. National Tiles scoreboard. Alan Blackburn, good finish, good build-up.
Yeah, good forward pressure, as Dusty spoke about. That's twice now that they've created turnovers in their forward line and finished it off, and they probably needed that one because they've had a couple of shots that probably should have went through. So well done, Seagulls.
Yeah, look, probably 50-50 free kick in the middle of the ground there. So, but Bartlett then lowered the eyes to Sully, and but yeah, just good pressure. And again, Dusty touched on it. So that's how they've created a couple of shots at goals just from turnovers.
Nice lateral kick from Rowan. Good awareness. Now in the corridor is Sam Lee. Gets it inside forward 50. Spare rolling back. A nice mark taken there by Scoble. So Scoble, who's had a terrific season, just a good, honest hour defender who just loves shutting down his opponents. He'll play on. He'll go out to that outer wing. Bartlett sets himself over through his fingers. Almost trapping it there was Matty Wines. And here they go, the Seagulls, by a chain of handballs. The kick ricochets. That was Schwarbrick. Moves it forward, only as far as O'Brien. Here he goes to Wines, looking to work it back to his brother. And here is Lewis taking over the boundary line. Free kick for holding the ball. And the Seagulls will get another chance for another inside forward 50. So they go. It's a bit of a flat kick in the end. And it's going to be chopped off, played on. Scoble gets it to Wines, wrapped up, holding the ball. And Matt Sully will get a chance to have a shot at goal.
Pressure's good here, boys.
Their pressure's been really good. So they come from behind pressure, their frontal pressure as well. So it's been, they've been up and about early.
Frontal pressure, I like it.
It's the pressure coming. The pressure's coming up, but also the pressure coming from behind.
So Sully will launch from 40. Connection's good. Is it working around? No, it's not. It's sort of keeping straight to that left and a minor score. So some scoring opportunities in this first quarter. They go to 2-4-16, leading the North Warrnambool Eagles 1 straight 6. 12 and a half minutes gone on the Lee contracting time clock. And they're defending the front half pretty well, aren't they, Wiggs?
Well, they are, but yes. That North Warrnambool struggling to get the ball out of their back 50 and transition forward. So, Port Fairy, again, Dusty spoke about it. They were going to be up and about in terms of their pressure. And a couple of North Warrnambool blokes just looking, again, some uncharacteristic turnovers.
Good to see Charlie Jelly running around out there too in the number 8. Felix Jones, of course, had that the last couple of seasons out at the North Warrnambool Eagles. Kick was smothered there that time. And that ball going absolutely nowhere, so we are going to have another bounce. 2-4-16 Port Fairy, 1 straight 6 the North Warrnambool Eagles. And we have played 13 minutes on the league contracting time clock. That is Snooze Wines, gets the handball further afield. On the end of it is Luke.
Go back.
Brennan, snap around the body. Kick goes forward. Going back with a flight there was Edmonds. Coming through there was Higgins to Wines. That's Matty. Good mark. Taken by Keast. Want to play on quickly. Gets it to a running Jelly. Jelly, right foot kick forward. Everell reads the ball a little bit better. Getting back in the last line of defence for Port Fairy. Didn't get it quite across the line. But I'll tell you what they do in the end. It goes through for a minor score. So the Eagles, their first blemish, they get a 1-1-7. Port Fairy 2-4-16.
So the Seagulls will kick out through Harwood. Looking for Merkovich. Jumping at it was Robinson. Ross does well and keeps the contest alive. Great flick handball to Merkovich. And he works it back to Edmonds. Very clean by the Port Fairy Seagulls after 2 bounces. He's going to go inside forward 50. Looking for Lockie Gunning. Oh, good defensive work in the end by Brennan. Works it back to Jared Lewis. He'll go short to Anders and finds him.
That was one of the best bit of plays I've seen for the year, boys. That was slick.
That was a bit like Brisbane last night, the way they moved the ball.
Settle down, Alan.
What a good play. Mick Finnegan's got excited. He's chubbed up downstairs. The big fella, he's excited. And why wouldn't you be? Because just that ball movement, their pressure's been really good at the start of this game.
And just they're just running in numbers. So if they can maintain it, it's going to be a terrific contest.
He's, of course, mixing plenty of grunt too, who got the victory earlier at Donald. So he's up and about, the big fella. Another ball up will happen here. So ball is offensive side for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Geez, I like these Edmonds boys. They crack in. Just been great recruits for Port Fairy. There's Wines. Good bit of work again. Gathered. Left foot snap forward. Eagles, but getting back. Got good numbers here, the Port Fairy Seagulls. That's Dylan Gunning. Veteran now. He's been a great player for Port Fairy for a long, long time. High up and under. Rowan's the target. Good contest. Brennan scouts it better to Gorman. Back to Brennan. Runs himself into a little bit of trouble. Just steps through a bit of traffic in the end, but I think the umpire's pinned him for a throw. And the resultant free kick will go to the Port Fairy Seagulls. It's going to be Lockie Gunning looking for 50. Could have been there too, to be honest. So Gunning kicks forward, not his best kick, and it's gone straight out of bounds on the full. And Adam Wines will get the resultant free kick.
Can't get it out of their back half, North Warrnambool at the moment. So they forced them to go long down the line. Here they're taking it across the other side, but their pressure's been really good. Stopping them from playing on, stopping them from going forward.
So Wines will get it to Lewis. He'll bring it to the broadcast side wing. Coming on there was Kanar. He can get out the back there if they can find him. Bartlett just overran the footy. And Harris sees the ball over the boundary line. Will have a boundary throw-in. So structurally, defensively, Blackie, they're setting up all right, aren't they, the Seagulls?
Yeah, playing with a bit of confidence, that helps too. That passage of play just in front of us here was terrific onto Merkovich, but probably should be on the scoreboard a little bit more. But
so 9 points the margin. Off the clearance, looking for Sal. He just turns around and is able to straighten up the kick and goes towards half forward. Gary Rowan, the target. Provides a one-on-one contest and he'll get the free kick. He's got Strawn Robinson just running and providing some support. Oh, he sells the candy beautifully. He can run in from 50 and have a shot at goal. Goes out a little bit wide, gets good purchase of the kick, but a minor score.
That would have been a fair old goal. Would have got him up and about, I reckon, too, wouldn't it?
So 2-5-17, 10 points of margin, about 7 scoring shots.
Could be 5 goals too, so... But yeah, they're dominating field position, dominating forward half time.
And it's just all about pressure and intensity, isn't it? And this is what they obviously did not have there a few weeks ago against Koroit. And they're bringing the heat, and that's what you got to do. Good mark taken on that far outer side by the 300 gamer, Tommy Batten. He kicks further afield. Eagles got numbers there. Could have been taken without the football. Umpire says no, and we will have a boundary throw-in. Far outer side.
Inside 50s for the quarter. 9-3.
Port Ferry's way.
Yep.
Sinner the accountant stats, Blackie. I love it.
Spooky.
So Wines just reads it beautifully well out of the ruck. Just bananas one forward. Sitting underneath it there, taking a nice mark is Cole Harwood. He's got the switch on now to Shooter. And the Shooter Rowan. He's got some space and time. Kicks further afield. Target's going to be Gary Rowan. Good fist away that time. Good tackle. But I'll tell you what, the umpire says play on. So swinging around the body, Gunning's the target, goes through the fists that time, and the ball goes out of bounds. So that's probably a win for Port Ferry there in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably should have been holding the ball. But yeah, again, they're winning those 50-50s. And in one side, out the other, and Jason Rowan again playing probably a very different role, but working for him.
Quick pace game too, Wigsy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a lot of stoppages and going fast.
Edmonds wrapped up Anders, who's been a bit of a tackling beast this season. And between wing and half forward, so it's 2-5-17 to 1-1-7. The Seagulls lead, almost 19 minutes gone in this first term. Matty Wines in the clinches once again. Trying to rip the footy out of the contest was Jason Rowan. He's wrapped up, and a stoppage will occur. So just waiting for the ball to get back into the hands of umpire Keane. So Bartlett.
Their voice is massive downstairs, Blake.
It's only one voice. It's only one voice.
Here's McKinnon trying to get through.
Thought Johnny Collin was back.
So we'll go again between wing and half forward. Now I've got a clear tap down. The Eagles have got numbers. They feed out the handball. Wines is the one they're looking forward to. A little death poke there by Bartlett. Gathered there by Edmonds. Well done. Now it's James Edmonds trying to get around the trouble. He does it cleanly. Half forward Rowan in front there with Scoble. Did it well. Tackle from Rowan. Just got a little bit on the boot. Harwood, they were bombing inside forward 50. Who's he for? Lewis was in the best position there against Mitch Ryan. Ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Even there, they're just making Jared Lewis one-on-one, so they're just not letting him free. And North Warrnambool, five forwards, Port Ferry 6 defenders, so they're just unable to free up. Colin Harwood's probably been the one who's been intercepting pretty well.
So here goes Sully, gets his big fist on it, goes forward again. Eagles got plenty of numbers. One of them is Keese. That's Bailey. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle going nowhere, and we are going to have another ball up. So 2-5-17 Port Ferry. 1-1-7 the North Warrnambool Eagles. That's on the National Tell scoreboard. 20 minutes gone, first term. Handman League Live match of the day. Sully just slaps it out again. Coming through there was McKinnon. Goes against Sully, snaps around the body. That is a Lucas Brothers snag of the day. And Big Sagsy goes bang. And the Port Ferry Seagulls kick their third of the afternoon. And they go to 3-5-23. They are leading the North Warrnambool Eagles. As I wait for that score to come back up. 1-1-7, the North Warrnambool Eagles. So the Seagulls have started this contest really, really well.
11 inside 50 to 3, boys.
Well, let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohire. Cobden taking on South Warrnambool. Ash Colson, we say a very good afternoon for the very first time. How are you, Ash?
Good, Matty. How are you? 16-minute mark first quarter. South Warrnambool 3-1-19. Cobden 1-1-7.
Beautifully done, Ants. Great to have you on board. Warrnambool take on Hamilton Wally Steer. We say good afternoon to you too, Walt. You there, Wally? We might come back to Wally. Let's go to Ants. Marnie Koroit taking on Portland as we say good afternoon. How are you, Ants?
Yeah, good boys. 18.5 minutes gone. Pretty good day out here too. Quarter 1-3-9 and Portland at 2 goals straight 12. Both Wilson goals.
I'll tell you what, going to be a good game of footy out of Victoria Park Heroic this afternoon. Yep. As it is here, she is game on here, boys, our match of the day.
So Joey Higgins, free kick, comes in and he'll go towards half forward, but the intercept mark taken there by Edmonds, and been busy. James Edmonds, been a very nice player so far this afternoon, Wiggs.
Yeah, no, terrific. Both of them have been. But all their little blokes are looking dangerous, and they're just kicking it long into some good one-on-ones. You got Rowan, you got Sully, and the other Jason Rowan as well. So their little guys have been really impressive.
They have. Good spoil there by the skipper of the Eagles in Adam Wines. So the match-up against Sully, a crucial one there for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Boundary throw-in. Front position, Lockie Wines, gathered there by Lee. He's wrapped up by O'Brien, not going anywhere. And again, we'll have a stoppage between wing and half forward. Around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Go Higher. North Melbourne 46, leading Carlton 19.
Yeah, no, really? The Kangaroos, fair dinkum. Carlton, just a team, I think, boys. And this could be season over from today, Wiggs.
Yeah, yep. I don't. Anyway, it'd be interesting to see what happens with their coach.
Noski kicks along the wing, Batten flies and gained 300. Plenty of players around the contest, and it's all trapped up on true centre wing Alan Blackburn, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions.
Yeah, great start, isn't it? 12 inside 50s to 3, Seagulls way, so great start by the Seagulls, and as Wiggsy was saying, they've not allowing that free ball out of their back line, so they've done their homework as long as they can keep doing it for 4 quarters.
What about the V-Man just rubbing feverishly downstairs for the Seagulls early in this game too? He's going to have his work cut out this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. Bushfield sun is shining. A lot of play out this side too, which doesn't happen very often. Yep. This is good, boys.
Yep, close to the action.
Close to the action. So umpire Dan Misson balls it up again. Could have been a tug on the jumper. Edmonds just gets a quick little kick out. Taking a nice mark in the end. For the North Warrnambool Eagles was Harris. 50-metre penalty here, so this is going to put him in within range. It might have been just a little bit of a creep over the mark there. So Xavier Harris will have a shot. Plays on quickly. Chip kick, good kick to Grundy. And Grundy will go back and have a shot. This is Callum Grundy, about 30 metres out, virtually directly in front for the Eagles' second of the afternoon. They've only had the ball inside 50 probably 3 or 4 times.
I think this is their first mark.
Yeah.
First mark inside 50. So, and not talking about 50, he's not a big 50 there by the umpire, but yeah, well done Xavier Harris, just lower his eye. Important kick.
It's a big 50 for Misso. Comes in, Grundy, kicks on its way. Good kick, too. That goes straight through the middle. And it is a goal. And the Eagles, they go to 2-1-13. They are trailing the Port Fairy Seagulls, which are currently sitting on 3-5-23, and that was an important goal at an important time, Wicks.
Yeah, it was, mate, just as you get yourself together there. But yeah, probably, again, it's I think Blackie was saying Port Fairy dominating inside 50, but that was their first mark inside 50 North Warrnambool. So, but yeah, it came from a 50. But yeah, it's important goal in the context of the game.
We might go down to Alan Blackburn. Blackie, Kane Murkovic has come for a little bit of a rub there from the V-Man. What's happened?
Yeah, probably a bit of hamstring and groin stretching and things like that, but I think he might be right to go. Matty.
Here we go, inside 50 the Eagles, a kick, looking for Higgins, a little touch there by Harwood. Everell trying to keep the ball alive, did well. Handball comes out back out to Harwood, he's wrapped up, free kick, he took him on, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. And they get a chance here, the Eagles, to bring this margin back within 4 points. I think it might be young Jess Kanar in his second or third game. So he's a little ripper, the son of Darryl. And young Jess will have a shot from about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. And this will get the Eagles.
The trip here, boys.
Get the Eagles excited. Yeah. So Jess Kanar comes in. Big run up, gives it absolutely everything. It's going to drop a little bit short. They all fly. Front position there was, I think it might have been Ross for the Seagulls. Sees it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. So I guess nearly 27 minutes gone. Might not be much time left, so a good opportunity for the Eagles to try and get one late one here before the quarter-time break. So the big man Wines and Bartlett just setting themselves in position for another boundary throw-in. Front position, Wines gathers out of the ruck. Just comes off the side of the boot. Trying to trap it there are the Eagles. Dispossessed and a nice tackle there. And that was on Nelson Hill. So a free kick's going to go to Callum Grundy. And, well, can Callum Grundy kick two within about 3 or 4 minutes?
Started as a forward when he's juniors, so tough shot from there, though.
Yeah, very tight. He's very, very tight on the boundary. So let's see what he's got in this kick. Grundy, 30 metres out on the boundary, comes in and just holds right and a minor score. So 2-2-14, 3-5-23, almost 28 gone, 9 points the margin.
I'm a little bit concerned here, Merkovich. He hasn't come back on. He's grabbing at that groin, so I just don't know whether.
I think he just might be leaving it to the quarter time. It's nearly quarter time, so I reckon.
Loss if he doesn't come back, that's for sure. So he goes Howard, plays on quickly, straight down the guts. Gary Rowan's a target. They all get to him. Coming through is Lee. He was taken with his legs there. That was Lewis. He was driven to the ground. Umpire's letting it go. Here goes Charlie Jelly. He's wrapped up. Could have been taken high, was he? No, he wasn't. Umpire said no prior opportunity and we'll have a ball up far out of side. So umpire missing. To ball it up again. Bartlett and Wines. Bartlett just grabs it out of the ruck that time. Handball comes out further afield to Edmonds. He goes to his cousin Edmonds, who goes back in turn to Nelson Hill. Edmonds taken without the football, and that's Jimmy, and he'll get the resultant free kick. He can square it up to Harwood. Kick's got to be good. 2-on-1 contest. Does well. That's a good win by Swarbrick, and also Harwood, who gets it up further afield. Handball just misses the target. Brennan reads it well. Steps through traffic. Gets it on to Wines. That's Luke. Kicks down. Nice kick to Callum Grundy, and all of a sudden the Eagles starting to get their hands on this pill.
Yeah, he'll look to go in the corridor as such to Harry Keast. So Keast takes a nice mark, looks to play on immediately, goes long inside, forward 50. Everill's the target. Coming in was Wallers, got a hand on it. Everil trying to keep it alive. Spinning into trouble there was Kanar. He's wrapped up. So their last, I reckon, 10 minutes has been pretty good. The Eagles, they've got the ball back in their hands and getting some inside 50s.
Yep, absolutely. And again, repeat entries are important.
So they go through Bartlett, got the tap down, just waiting in the back there was Gary Rowan, and too high is the call from the umpire. So he's right back pocket. Almost 30 minutes of this first term will tick over, and he's going to bring it out short. And he does it pretty nicely as he finds Calby Fleming. He'll get the 1-2 back off. Fleming's handball wasn't that great. Here comes Harris, gets it to Batten, looks to go towards goal. And it goes through for a minor score. So they go to 15, 2-3, 3-5-23. Blackie.
Still no Kane Merkovich, but the vibes don't look too good, boys.
Right,
we'll know more at quarter time.
Troy Pharmacy update there too. So we are going to know more. So could be a big loss. So here goes Colin Harwood now. Brings it out to the broadcast side. Big pack of plays over the back there. Read well by Bailey Keister Wines. Matty. He goes to his brother Luke, who steps through. Little chip kick. He hits up Scoble. Scoble's got a player in the middle of the ground if he can see him, which is Brennan. And he does. Hits up Willie Brennan. So Brennan now's got a running Adam Wines. Adam Wines about 70 out. Chips into the pocket. Good kick. And on the end of it, I reckon it's a youngster in Charlie Jelly. I'm pretty sure it's young Jelly on that far outer side, boys. Hard to see from here. I can't quite get a look at his number, but the siren's sounded, and this is to bring the margin back to 2 points. He'll kick from just inside 50. Comes in. Strikes it. It's not going to make the distance. And that is all she wrote for the first quarter. And what a great first quarter. An entertaining first quarter. 3-5-23 Port Fairy. 2-3-15 the North Warrnambool Eagles. And Alan Blackburn and Adam Dowie. It was a really high-intensity first quarter, wasn't it?
It was, I think Dusty McCorkle spoke about it, was going to be a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what they were able to do, Port Fairy. And it was interesting then watching a stoppage, because usually teams will roll. They might roll a couple of numbers up the stoppage, but all their forwards came up and then they all went back. So that meant that Lewis and Will Brennan and Luke Wines just couldn't sag off. So they went back and started with 6 forwards. And then, so obviously keeping them accountable. But their pressure once the ball hit the ground was was at a really, really good level. So the two Edmonds boys, even Ross Merkovich was good early on. And then, they was basically get it out, get it in as quickly as you can, and some really good one-on-one. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with Sully this quarter, whether, again, if it's a bit of a breeze, which maybe it is, whether he goes and plays back, and then what happens from there. But yeah, Blackie?
North started to get their hands on it a bit more in that last 10 minutes, didn't they, with their short game, and so they started to look a bit more dangerous. So should be a good first half by Port Fairy, and then North got back into the game, I think.
Great start to this contest. Looking forward to what plays out over the next 3 quarters, that is for sure. We're going to take a break on your home of football, Netball 94.5 3YB FM. We'll come back with second quarter right after this.
3YB FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world. It's time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
This autumn at Pearson's Nursery in Allensford, you'll find a stunning selection of vibrant, locally grown annuals and perennials. It's easy to see why Pearson's Nursery is one of the Southwest's best kept secrets. Visit Pearson's Nursery, Crowers Road, Allensford, and discover the difference.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Karamat Road, Warrnambool.
Delicious meals, kids' playroom, function room, big screen TV, sports, live music, courtesy bus. Rafford East Haven has something for the whole family. Become a Hump member for special discounts at the Thirsty Camel drive-through bottle shop. Whatever the occasion, make it memorable at Rafford East Haven.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need something welded or fabricated? See Warrnambool Sheet Metal. Commercial kitchens, benches, exhaust and new canopies, handrails, gates, mailboxes and toolboxes. There's not much Warrnambool Sheet Metal can't do. Braithwaite Street.
Hampton League Live.
For McDonald's, Warrnambool Eastern Central, MGA Insurance, the Hampden Vet Clinic, and Lucas Brothers Butchers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Yeah, welcome back to Hampden League Live. Quarter time, Port Fairy 23, North Warrnambool Eagles 15. That is on the National Tile scoreboard. Wigsy, a really entertaining first quarter of Hampden League footy, wasn't it? We saw a really high-intensity output from Port Fairy, which I think was good.
Yeah, they were really, their pressure was really good. I was really impressed with their midfield and forward pressure, and forced North Warrnambool into some mistakes they don't usually make. They're usually really sure by foot. And on the back of, again, it was their little guys, so and a lot of heat. But then once North Warrnambool, they were probably able to do the same a little bit to Port Fairy once it was in there. 450, I reckon they got them caught holding the ball a couple of times. So.
Hey, let's go downstairs to Alan Blackburn, who's got one of the assistant coaches of the North Warrnambool Eagles with him in Liam Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Joey. Liam, Port Fairy started well, and then North got back into it a bit in that last 10 minutes. So a good start by the Seagulls.
Yeah, they came out, they were ready to play, Blackers. But I think the second half of the quarter we got it back on our terms a little bit.
Their forward pressure was good. They got a couple of turnovers, so they stopped Chopper and Winesy from getting that loose ball.
Yeah, probably not many misset possessions either end. But yeah, we've probably just got to value possession a little bit more than we did early on. Yeah.
And Lockie Wines is doing well on the ruck.
Yeah, he's a just young kid, probably learning his way a bit there. But he's he'll give us everything all day. Will.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
On your Liam, what a great player Liam Ryan was. Hey, Blackie, any update on Kane Merkovich, mate? Because he hasn't gone back out there.
I reckon if he's right, he would be starting on the ground.
He's still standing at the interchange, but Dean DeWire, the runner, said he's tweaked his groin. So I don't know how bad it is, whether they're risking to come back on or not. I'm not sure.
Righto, so that is going to be a bit of a story, that is for sure.
So second term action started. Jolly on the left boot on that outer side wing up against Ross. His follow-up works very good. Now it's Keese. Goes towards forward 50. Batten territory. 1-on-1. And the ball will go over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And anything matchup-wise or pretty well the similar from first quarter?
Sully started forward, so Adam Wines is with him. And again, you just wonder whether, I think that looks like it was the plan, but whether it's, you test them out by pushing Wines forward, would they do anything different there? So that was the plan, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether that's what they're going to stick to, North Warrnambool.
Barton there, heavy work, and it's going to be a free kick to North Warrnambool. I reckon it might be Lockie Wines. Just got a bit of head-high contact in that contest, and he's had a good start in the ruck.
He's playing well. He's playing really well. I think it's more again, for a big guy, he's crafty. He's obviously strong, really strong, but breaks even with hit-outs, but then he's like almost another midfielder.
Absolutely. So he's going to kick from about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, so it's just going to be a matter of accuracy here for Lockie Wines. Comes in and has done enough, and a good start for the Eagles in this second term, and it brings the margin back to 2 points. 3-3-21 North Warrnambool. Port Fairy 3-5-23, and Lockie Wines kicks his first of the afternoon.
Yeah, look, their midfield's looking again. You got Matt Wines in there at the moment, but Harry Keese is having a ripping year, coming back into footy. But yeah, some new look people in there, but at the moment they're doing the job. So. And again, once they've got the ball in their forward line, again they've been able to get some shots at goal from free kicks.
So umpire Dan Misson, he's been enormous all day today. Back in the middle, Wines wins it down, stacks on the mill. Bartlett's there, and we're going to have another ball up. So the ball did not travel far, virtually smack bang in the middle of Bushfield Recreation Reserve. This time was one down by Bartlett. Straight down the throat of Edmonds. Jeez, he's been good, Jimmy Edmonds.
Yep.
Kick comes forward. Jason Rowan gathers. Kick goes forward. Has it got enough? No, touched. Getting his hands on it there was Scoble for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Goes through now for a minor score. So 3-6-24 Port Fairy, 3-3-21 the Eagles. Jason Rowan's been dangerous looking today, and he boys
Yes,
up
I think
high.
playing up a bit higher. He's probably enjoying it too, you'd think.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's a good role for him. He seems to be enjoying it all right.
And the pressure and his intensity has been enormous. So here goes Adam Wines. So he plays on, runs his required distance. Wines is the target. Good mark, Lockie Wines. Been impressive, this kid.
Been really good.
Great contest, him and Jake Bartlett. Kick goes inboard to Batten. Beautiful kick. A great grab, great mitts. Plays on quickly to Keast. Keast now, that's Harry. Kicks further afield. Target was Everell. Getting back there was Wallers. He got the handball to Lee. Kicks out. Was that a mark? No, it wasn't. Went through the hands and went over the boundary line, and we will have a ball up far out of side. This second term, a little bit of a lull, but you just got a bit of a sense it might fire up, boys.
Yeah, both back lines sort of dominating a little bit at the moment, so...
So Bartlett got the tap down, and Wines, who's been busy, was best on last week for the Eagles. He started the game equally as well. Here's Luke Wines. What a pickup. Finds a running Brennan. Inside forward 50, but going back.
That was a good mark.
With Swarbrick. That was Brant John Deere. No fear. He'll look for Edmonds. Takes a nearly one bite of it. And the ball still in play. Going near the boundary line. Noski couldn't keep it in. We'll have a boundary throw in. So, Sammy Lee, geez, he's vocal down on the boundary line.
He's loving it, the big fella.
Johnny Cullen the second.
Oh, he's passionate. We love it. So, ball to be thrown in between wing and half forward, favouring the Eagles' end. Front position, Wines. He got another hit out. He's doing well on that front. Ball locked in. No one getting it out. We'll have a stoppage in a very similar position.
You could see here Port Fairy 6 forwards, so no one rolling up, just keeping North Warrnambool accountable.
Here goes Wines, Lockie Wines again, getting his mitts on the football, that is for sure. Well, that was a good gather that time. Quick kick comes out of the back 50. Bartlett coming back. Put that one down as a Peter Bolt spritz that whole out of the day. That was not paid. Quick kick comes out. Lockie Wines on the end of it. He wants to play on quickly. Goes through the hands of Swarbrick. Left foot kick now. Good numbers there for the North Warrnambool Eagles. There's big Robinson. Strawn, that is. Handball goes back further. High up and under, but taking a nice uncontested mark at the end was Noski. He squares it up. Kick had to be good. Putting on the pressure there was Rowan. Coming through, though, was Chopper Lewis. Oh, that's a beautiful kick out to Matty Wines. Wines marks right on the 50-metre arc. Looks for teammates just to come to him. Doesn't need it. Good kick there and spots up Charlie Jelly. And Jelly will go back and have a shot about 30 metres out on a pretty tight angle.
I think for North Warrnambool, if they can square it up, that's what they want to do. Like bat down the line, it was just turnover. But they can square it up there. That first kick's super risky, but then after that it all opens up.
Alan Blackburn, we might go down to you for a Koroit Pharmacy update on Kane Murkovic.
Yeah, just come on the ground. Good sign. He's going to give it a try out. Fingers crossed that it goes well for him.
So Jelly has a shot at goal. They jump at it. They look to get that kick out. King front position. Nearly got on the half volley. Gorman did well to try and trap him. And that was great bit of work there from the defensive end of Port Fairy. 50-50 contest. Big tackle. Ball hits the ground, and so does Harris, and we'll have a throw up about 50 metres out from the Eagles' goal. So it's a 3-point margin. First goal this quarter was North Warrnambool through Lockie Wines. And no movement of the football, maybe by about 30 centimetres, and we'll go again.
So we will have another ball up. He's got his RSI. Dan missing today. He's had plenty of ball ups. See, that's good body work again by Lockie Wines. Grabs out of the right goal.
That's it.
Lucas Brothers.
Put that down.
Snag of the
Put
day.
it right down there.
That was Johnny
Snag of the
Hawkins.
day. He's doing that a lot, Lockie Wines. He's just bumping.
He's strong. Strong.
He's having some sort of a game here, and all of a sudden, the Seagulls need to put a little bit of work, I think, into Lockie Wines and what they might do, because his strength has been enormous. He's only a young kid, but he's got the whole band strength, obviously, Josh.
Yeah, look, he has. He, probably not a lot more from Josh.
I think his mobility is a bit...
Hey, Josh was good at tennis, I'm telling you, mate. He was a jet and a very, very good footballer back in his heyday.
And he will tell you too.
He was good at River Raid on the Atari. He used to... He was good at that, the big fella.
Ripper Raid on the Atari.
No, he was a gun.
Oh, love it. Back to the centre, so the Eagles lead by 3. And the Seagulls, what have they got? So Edmonds got the ball extracted, moved it towards half forward. Coming out to meet it was Sully, and he'll go with the kick inside 50. Rowan out on the lead. That was good. He just put it into space, Matty Sully and Gary Rowan on the end of it. And we'll have a set shot. And I guess a bit of a needed play there for the Seagulls because the North Eagles have sort of controlled the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's been they haven't been able to get the ball in their foreline. In their foreline, they look dangerous. And that one there from Sully, I don't know if he actually, but I think he just kicked in space. And Rowan's just that quick. He gets that break, and that's it.
So he'll kick from 25. Gary Rowan comes in, splits the centre, goal for the Port Fairy Seagulls, and they regain the lead. Blackers, they go to 4-6-30 to 4-3-27, and that is on the National Tile scoreboard.
No, great effort and a beautiful kick into space by Sully, and Rowan read it well and finished it off. So good for his confidence, and good to see Merkovich is still out there having a bit of a run around. So let's hopefully he's okay.
Even if he does play forward or something, he's going to take a good play. You know, like say, fingers crossed he can get through this contest.
Two Edmonds boys dangerous. So that one was James Edmonds in the clearance in the middle.
He's been enormous, James Edmonds. Here goes big Jakey Bartlett. He just fists at 40. He says, I've had enough of this. Reading it beautifully well, though, was Charlie Jelly. He smacks it on the boot. Sell and McKinnon. That might have been Higgins, actually. Kick just misses the target there. Goes back to Sell. Swings onto that right boot. Here goes Edmonds. That's Lucas. Good handball. Out into space. Beautifully done. Kick goes forward. Look at that, though. Reading it beautifully well was the chopper. And Lewis doesn't let his Eagles down.
Oh, he's good overhead, the chopper. So he'll go to centre half forward. Not his best kicked. Almost trapped by foot there by Bartlett. Keith's got it moving forward. Out in front, there was Schwarber. He couldn't quite get it on the second bite. Good muscle there from Matty Wines. Gets the handball over the top to Zach Everell. He's got some space. Oh, he's run into a little bit of trouble. Gets the handball out to Luke Wines. Gathers. Goes back to Everell. Little chip kick banana into the pocket. And he finds Gorman. So that was well done there. Some good vision. Or it might be Harris, actually.
Yep.
Harris in that right forward pocket. So he's a crafty goal kicker too, Harris, but the angle is pretty tight, Weeks.
And a good swimmer. Did 100 metres in the pool.
Really?
Yep.
100 hundreds?
With Charlie McKinnon. 100 hundreds in the pool, and I reckon the day before they did 100 hundreds running.
Gee whiz.
So they started at 8 and finished at 5.
Here he comes in, goes across the face of goal, and it is a minor score. So the Eagles 4-4-28 to 4-6-30. 2-point ball game. Great game of footy here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve.
It's a really good game too. This is gonna be tight. You can just feel it and you can sense it. And Myra Murray coming up at half-time. That is our netballer of the week too. So a little bit of a Port Fairy feel. All thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang, our half-time entertainment. Kick goes out. Lockie Gunning, nice fingertipper on the far outer side. He's got his brother Dylan, who's running for him. Has he seen him? I think he kind of has. It goes further afield. Look at Lewis. Geez, he reads the ball in the air so well. And Chop takes a nice mark again. So Lewis just sizing up his options now. They are playing a lot of this one-on-one football. Little chip kick finds Matty Wines. So he's looking for a bit of a switch now. They're covering it pretty well though, Port Fairy. They've been able to shut down and lock down a few of these high possession gatherers. One of those being Luke Wines. That's a nice mark far out of side for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Sully's the target. Big fist over the top by the tractor Keast. And the ball goes out of bounds. So 4-6-30 Port Fairy, 4-4-28 North Warrnambool Eagles National Tile scoreboard.
Yeah, good game. That's Jimmy Wallace is playing. He's playing on Tom Batten, doing a good job. Intercepted mark there. But, it's just sort of bouncing between the 50s at the moment.
So once again, a lot of pressure around the contest. Bartlett and Lockie Wines. That has been a great contest thus far. Lockie Wines has kicked a couple. Wins this one down, only as far as Lucas Edmonds. His handball goes further afield. Good contest. Whoa, Lukey Wines runs into a teammate. Just keep an eye on that one. He's a little bit slow and a little bit sore to get up to. Oh, good mark by Tommy Batten. Batten looking for 50. He's marked right on the 50-metre arc here. Hang on, they're just going to stop play here. Luke Wines, that was a head clash. It was an indiscriminate head clash with his own teammate. He's going to walk off. He's tough as nails. We know that. He's just going to regain his composure. And I'd say he'll go and do a little concussion test, boys.
Yep. Just
to make sure he's okay. In the meantime, Tommy Batten will go back and have a shot. He'll certainly have the leg here, Tommy. 55 he'll kick from. This is a big kick. And would this
type
be good
of goals,
in 300?
Yeah, would be. Type of goals he kicks too. And we get the journey, you would think.
So Batten comes in, strikes it pretty well, and Tommy goes bang! Get around him, Eagles! In game number 300.
That was nearly from inside the square, I reckon.
It's a fair strike, Wiggs.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of breeze. Blackie's been talking about it. And he's spot on, and the Eagles regain the lead by 4 points. They go on the National Tile scoreboard to 5-4-34. Port Fairy 4-6-30. 14 minutes on that league contracting time clock.
Tell you who else is playing. Harry Keast. Harry Keast, he's had a really good season. He, probably your Matt Wines, and obviously Lockie Wines, have been really good in the middle for him.
Hey, we're alive in the quad too, boys. Bold soul salutes. That's 3 for Payne, Paddy and Michelle. We had Michelle on this morning, and I said she'll get 3 today, and they laughed at me. I just texted her and said 3 down, Michelle. She laughed and said, you're spot on.
What about the one? When's the one running that is?
Her best's in the next at 12-1, Wiggs. That's the one we want. And Jimmy, they've still got Jimmy the Bear to come too. They're having a day out, and they've got a couple of Donald too from memory. Here goes Port Fairy. Into it again. Oh, good mark. Going back with a flight. That's Eddie Northeast.
Yep.
Put that one down as a Peter Bosch Bridgestone highlight of the day. Contender, son of Matty. And good story. Good young kid having a crack. Let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohai, Tractor Smith and the team. Cobden v South Warrnambool, Ash Kelson. What's the latest, Ash?
Yeah, South Warrnambool 7-3. Cobden Bombers 2-2 at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter.
Roosters doing it pretty comfortably down at Cobden Recreation Reserve. Sean Robertson has just plucked a nice grab, a strong grab. Another Peter Bosch Bridgestone highlight of the day, and Robertson will go back and have a shot 30 metres out for Port Fairy. This is to regain the lead for the Seagulls.
That was a good grab.
Real good mark.
Third man in line.
Yep.
A little bit like you, Hilly, back in your days at Rovers.
I think so.
So Strawdy Robertson, son of Big Show, comes in, kicks on its way. I think he's missed a lot. Yes, he has. Hasn't even gone out of bounds, actually. And we'll continue our around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohai. Let's go to Warrnambool v Hamilton. Wally Steer. We say good afternoon for the first time, Walt.
G'day, boys. We've been going about just on 8 minutes here in the first quarter. Warrnambool 1 goal straight to Hamilton 2 behinds.
So a low-scoring affair there up at the Reed Oval. Just started, just underway. Koroit v Portland, Ants, Marnie, Victoria Park. What's the latest, mate?
Yeah, boys, 17 minutes gone. Croyd 4-7-31 to Portland 2-3-15.
So the Saints, they're off to a fly there at Victoria Park in Koroit. That's around the grounds. All thanks to Matt Cohia.
Ball inside, forward 50 for the Seagulls. Merkovich trying to get the left foot hook around the body, but it deflects off the Eagles and it goes for a minor score. So on that National Tile scoreboard, Port Fairy 4-7-31 trailing the North Warrnambool Eagles 5-4-34. 16 minutes gone. Lewis with a kick in. Spot on. Great kick. In the end, he finds Adam Wines. His kicking efficiency is always pretty good. Jared Chopper Lewis. Noski has the ball in hand in defensive 50. Takes a bounce. Robinson on his tail and he goes a big long kick down the corridor. Looking for Everell. Provides a good contest. Able to clean up and get it to Lockie Wines who banks it on the boot net. The back is Joey Higgins. Higgins 40 metres out. Has a shot at goal. Doesn't work it around enough. And a minor score. And that was well done and good vision by Lockie Wines in the end. And they go to 35. They lead the Seagulls 31, 4 points the margin.
He's their best player at the moment, Lockie Wines. Probably
He's killing it.
By a fair way. But, Angus Noski then straight down the middle, took ground, and, good one-on-one contest win by Zach Everell.
Gunning kicks in, flying high. There was Lee. Ball comes to ground. Trying to barge through there was Matty Wines. May have been held onto after he released the handball. He's in there once again. Not going anywhere. We'll have a stoppage.
So we'll have another ball up. Sun is shining out here at Bushfield. 4-point lead to the North Warrnambool Eagles. Been a really cracking contest so far for mine. Umpire Ash Jennings balls it up this time. There's one down by Bartlett. Coming through with a nice little handball. 1-2 to Harris. Reading it beautifully well.
Yeah,
And a
well
nice
done.
kick far out of side to Robinson. So Robinson's got an overlap player at Edmonds. This bloke can run. He's a running machine. Son of Mick. Kick goes further afield. Running onto it. Merkovich with a groin injury. No groin there. And Merker goes bang. And the Seagulls back in front. And a little bit of the V-man with that magic pace down there massaging has got the Merker out there. And he's just kicked one for the Seagulls and it puts them back in front, Wiggs.
Well, that was Port Fairy's turn then to take it off the line, switching in their back half. Really good kick. I'm not sure, but it hit up Robinson and then they were out. So Edmonds getting on the end then. And then it makes it, because it's going in so fast, I think Port Fairy outnumbered North Warrnambool in their own in North Warrnambool's backline, which is unusual, but just because it went quick and out the open side. So both sides would probably be wanting to do that more. It would just be whether they're allowed to.
Didn't we just say too, wasn't it? Good that Merkovich can just he creates a contest down forward if he can influence the game. He's kicked one, if he can kick another, that'd be a big result.
Here comes Bartlett inside forward 50. They fly. Mitch Ryan almost took a nice mark. Coming through as Sully. Handballs out only as far as Keys. Paddles it on towards the boundary. Coming through is Gary Rowan and Mitch Ryan. Check side towards the goal line. Lewis through his fingers. Chases it up. Works the handball back to Keys. Goes the short kick. A good one in the end. That was good vision. And they were able to find a teammate in O'Brien. O'Brien finds Wines. I think that's Harris. Harris in front of the scoreboard. He'll go short by a foot. Good one. Now he finds Wines. So 2 points to the margin. Nearly 20 minutes gone in this second term. Been a good game of footy. He'll go the switch kick. Has to be spot on to Noski and just keeps it in by the narrowest of margins. Goes out wide, finds Sam McKinnon. And now they're waxing. Here comes a running Harris. Works a handball out to a teammate in O'Brien. Long down the wing. Everill's in that territory. Tries to paddle it back to keep the ball in. Goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in.
That's probably, they'd take that North Warrnambool end. Like Adam Wine's going back, but then able to go forward and got some run and carry happening. So stoppage, probably 60 metres out from goal. Good opportunity for North Warrnambool.
Blackie, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Yeah, great for Merkovich to kick that goal and stay on the ground and play deep forward. Just still probably feeling a little bit, but how good's Edmonds on the run? Just overlap play, great player.
Yeah, I reckon he's racking them and stacking them today, that is for sure. When you're thinking Matthews Patron, I know we're only into the second quarter, but he'd be high up in contention. Jimmy Edmonds this afternoon. Players just getting to know each other, far out of sight. A little bit of toing and fro. Oh, yeah, it's just escalating ever so slightly there. Nice little pack around this one.
Usually just ball it up. Usually ball that up.
Ball her up and let them sort it out.
I suppose they couldn't ball it up. The ball was underneath it all.
and the ruckman were both on it, I think. It was Bartlett and Wine. So they're having a cracking contest, the two big men. And we are going to have another ball up. No rest for either of them either. They're both rucked, haven't they, all game?
Yep.
And umpire Misson seems to be in the play all the time, doesn't he?
He's been everywhere. The little maestro. So we've got a boundary throw in now, far out of side. Wines wins this one down. Coming through there was Higgins. Could have been driven into the ground. Free kick will go to the North Warrnambool Eagles, and Matty Wines will get the resultant free kick against Dylan Gunning. She's been good today against Snooze. Any update on Lukey Wines, boys? I don't know whether he's come back out. Yeah, he's back out. I think he is for the Eagles. Oh, good mark. He's on that far out of side. He's back out in the field, Luke Wines, so that's good for North Warrnambool Eagles supporters. That was a good mark by Colin Harwood too. So he squares up the ball. to that man we were just talking about, Edmonds. Geez, he looks like he's old man, just the way he gets across the deck. Gary Rowan flies, bouncing football over the back. Handball comes out. Good play by the Port Fairy Seagulls. Goes forward again. Robinson's a target. Good fist, good tackle. And that was the truck or the tractor. And the Eagles faithful like that one just below us. And we will have a boundary throw-in. So it's a 2-point lead here to the Seagulls, 5-7-37. Eagles 5-5-35. National Tile scoreboard.
That was similar to the first quarter, that run, but going the other way, Port Fairy running numbers.
You just feel like this game's just going to go down to the wire at the end of the day. Edmonds tries to shark it out. A little chip kick there, smothered from King. McKinnon's in there, wrapped up. Edmonds and Ross not giving him any chance
Sully
to get
into
out.
the ruck for a bit, by the looks.
Yeah, the ruckman's just come off, so Sully's into the ruck.
So Sully in the ruck up against Lockie Wines. Here comes Lee. Looks to kick it towards half forward. Good mark.
Good mark.
Taken there in the end by Braden Ross. So the former Saint goes inside forward 50 into the pocket. Someone there they are. And marking it was Robinson just before the line. And you think he's just going to go the conventional snap here to try and work it around Weeks to get his
Starting to
first.
look a little bit dangerous. Got a few touches in the last probably 5 minutes.
So 20 metres around. Robinson comes in. Does he work it around enough? He doesn't. Goes out a bit wide. And a minor score. So the margin out to 3 points now. 5-8 to 5-5. 24 gone. Blackie.
Kicked a few points, Robbo, I think, hasn't he? But they've been tough shots, though, a couple of them.
So Blackie, I see Kane Merkovich coming off there.
Yeah, he's just standing there, so no treatment or anything, so that's a good sign.
He'll want the magic hands of the V-man just to fire him back up for this second half. All kick misses the target here. All of a sudden, the Eagles under a little bit of pressure. Noski, he chews the pressure. Edmonds, that's Lucas, goes further afield. Good play there by Scoble. Coming through, gathers, kicks it further afield. Port Fairy got plenty of numbers. Goes through the hands of Lee. Sell, he was dispossessed too high. And the resultant free kick will come back to Sampras. And Sell will get the resultant free kick for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So he's on centre wing. Wants to play on, high up and under. Look at it a little bit like Borat, Sell, for mine. Ball comes through. Sully gathers. He kicks. Bouncing football. Rowan coming through there. And good play by the Eagles was Brennan. He chips it out to Adam Wines. And Wines will just steady the ship ever so slightly, Blackie.
The back line for North playing real well, aren't they? They're really sticking hard together.
They are, mate. They've been rock solid. They've been the Achilles heel for a long time. Good mark there that time by Lewis. Chopper. Far out of sight. He's got a running Wines. That's Luke. Good pressure there from Gary Rowan. Bailey Keese gets back to help. His kick goes inboard. Gathered that time by Anders, who kicks further afield. Oh, taking a nice mark. Good mark in the end. Can't quite pick up who that was. Was
it
a good
Wallace.
mark? Is that Wallace? Wallace the bigger one, I think. Wiggs. I think he's the bigger fellow with the mustache, Wallace.
Yep.
So I've just got to pick up who that other player is. Good kick. Anyway, inboard. That was Higgins, and on the end of it is Matty Wines. So Wines will go back, and this will be another seesaw of this lead, and the Eagles will hit the front by 3 points if he can slot this.
And right in his wheelhouse too, Matt Wines would have had lots of shots
from here.
Yeah, from here over the years. So
kid growing up, he would have spent a lot of time here. Comes in, strikes it well. It's a goal. That is a goal. Put it down for the Eagles faithful. And they bounce back. And this game, Blackie, it is ebbing and flowing, isn't it?
He's just getting better. He must be... He's fit and strong and just... Adam,
he's got another couple of seasons in him the way he's moving.
Looking well.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
He preparation, he must do a lot. He must keep himself in good nick.
I remember saying to him, for a bloke who's 36, I wish I looked like just Bill-wise. He's built. He does.
When you were 36, mate, you look like that.
not like Matt Wines. He's very chiselled, very, very chiselled.
Do you think that comes from Sue or Kenny's side?
I don't know.
Sue side, I reckon. I don't think it'd be
maybe.
Kenny's side. Kenny was pretty good looking rooster back in the day. Kept himself in good nick.
He stripped pretty big, Kenny, too.
Bloody a good player too. Don't worry about that. Here you go, the Eagles, into attack once again. Good pressure by Batten, but he's given away the free kick. So 6-5-41 North Warrnambool, 5-8-38 the Seagulls. 27.5 minutes gone, the Lee contracting time. Cox, shout out to Jack and the crew.
Hey, Blackies, Jake Bartlett, he's come off for a rest?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Just a breather, but it might just before half time give him a little bit of a spell, the big fella. Good mark taken by that man Wines. He coughs it up though to Edmonds. Plays on. Quick kick goes forward. Mitch Ryan's a target. Coming through there was Jason Rowan. Lewis does well. So does Bailey Keast. Squares it up. I tell you what, Noski had to sit underneath it, but he takes a nice mark in the end. That was under pressure from King. He finds Wines. Good spoil that time by Lucas Edmonds. Here goes Luke Wines to Charlie Jelly. Jelly kicks further afield. Beautiful leg. And on the end of that one was Everall. He wants to swing onto the right, but his kick has been cut off by Georgie Swarbrick.
I think Tommy Batten be getting pretty frustrated down there. Kicking's not coming in great. And when he's in front, they kick it over his head, and when he's behind, they kick it in front. So
that defender I was looking for before was Kelby Fleming.
Okay.
He's doing a good job down back. He's been really good for Port. Kick goes wide. That was Dylan Gunning. That was good pressure. That come from Harris. Here goes Harwood. He reads the ball a little bit better. He kicks back looking for Dylan Gunning. Good use of the body. I reckon he'd be happy just to see the ball go out of bounds, and yes, he is, and yes, it does. So we've ticked over 29 minutes. Can't be long to play here in this second quarter, boys. So the Eagles lead by 3 points. Been a really entertaining game of footy for mine thus far.
Inside 50s, 14-10, the Eagles' way this quarter, thanks to Senate and accountant stats.
Beautifully done, Blackie. And that was great scouting that time by Lucas Edmonds, who's starting to really get his hands on the football. Good play, though, by Charlie Jelly, and he spots up Harry Keast. So Harry's got his, I think they're cousins, in Bailey Keast, the track rider at Wild Racing. And they've had a bit of success today, the Wild team. He'll be happy with that, the tractor. Gets it back to Harry. Harry just kicks further afield. Merkovich back onto the field too for the Seagulls, which is good. Bouncing football. Robinson, who's got back in defence, just overruns the football. And I reckon they'd be happy with that result as the siren goes for half-time. And it is a really good time, Wigsy. And a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Eagles 6-5-41, leading Port Fairy 5-8-38. And what have you seen? What are your assumptions in that first half, boys?
Again, I think the Port Fairy that you guys saw out at Koroit and this Port Fairy, they look, and again, this first time, they look different. So their pressure's been really good. They look well organised. They look dangerous forward of the ball. So when Gary Rowan can get a run and jump at it, Matt Sully and Adam Wines are having a really good battle. The two Edmonds boys, but they've looked organised. I'm not sure of the three words that Dusty spoke about, which was how they wanted to be seen this year, but I reckon they'd be going in there going, we're doing it. So, and Northbourne will probably just be a bit the same. So their back line started to get their hands on a bit. Lewis started to get a bit more of the ball. Adam Wines, Luke Wines, Will Brennan in that quarter. But again, a couple of goals against probably the run of play. So Northbourne will probably dominated, and Lockie Wines has been he's been outstanding in the ruck. But Port Fairy were then able to just generate some goals almost against the run of play a little bit. So hard to pick a winner.
It's going to be a really cracking second half of footy, this one, that is for sure. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. We'll go down to Ash Kelson, Cobden v South Warrnambool. What's the latest there, Ash?
Yeah, South just kicked one then, the 28-minute mark. South Warrnambool 8-3-51. Cobden 5-4-34.
Bombers have got a couple, so they're back in that contest. Let's go to Wally Steer, Warrnambool v Hamilton. What's the latest up there, Wal?
We are just past the 26.5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Hamilton 3-3-21 to Warrnambool 1 goal.
So the Hamilton Kangaroos looking for their second win of the season. And Victoria Park Koroit, it is the Saints taking on the Portland Tigers. Ants Marnie, what's the latest? Yeah, there, Ants. We might not have Ants there. We might have lost the great man, but we'll get you an update on that one. That is around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire. At half-time here, though, it's the North Warrnambool Eagles. They lead by 3 points over the Port Fairy Seagulls. And I can give you that Koroyd score. So the Saints are 4-9-33, Portland 2-4-16. And that is on the National Tile scoreboard. We'll take a break. Half-time show, all thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang. It is coming up next. Myra Murray from the Port Fairy Seagulls. Rookie is caught up with this week.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
G'day, Luke Williams here. At Luke Williams Real Estate, competition is in our nature. Per team member, we sell more properties than anyone else. We're not the biggest, but we are the busiest. Luke Williams Real Estate. Let's kick some winning goals together this season.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need insurance? See MGA Insurance Group. Great service, expert advice and competitive premiums for farmers, business owners and transport operators. Call Dennis and Gareth Morgan and Glenn Skilbeck, 55596 200.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop. Open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Hampton League Live.
For Sungold, fresh local milk, Ponting's Mitre 10, Harvey Norman Warrnambool and Madden's Lawyers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Lockie Rook here on Hampton League Live's halftime show, where we award our netball of the week. Massive thanks again to Crawley's Milk Bar Interang for sponsoring this award, and every winner gets a Crawley's Milk Bar voucher as we head over to the Gardens Oval today to award our Round 5 Netballer of the Week from the Port Fairy Seagulls, which is Myra Murray. Welcome, Myra. Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel a little underqualified, but I'll take it nonetheless. I do love winning. So.
Okay, so it ticks all the boxes then. And this is an award that spans all the grades, so you're more than qualified. But congratulations. Let's talk about the game that saw you win our Netballer of the Week in the 2-goal win against Cobden. Speaking of loving a win, that must have been a fantastic win by all accounts. A really close game, Myra.
It was. We had a bit of a decent lead. I think we got up to about 7 points ahead, but Cobden just kept coming, and then they got the lead, and it was probably the first game this season. We're a very new team, and it was the first game this season that we kind of just rallied, and we didn't lose our heads. We just kept it together. We all kept our cool, and to come away with the win it felt sort of like a pivotal moment in the season for our team. Like it's all starting to come together. So we were pretty chuffed to get that one. It's a bit of a weird one, actually. I grew up in far north Queensland. It was very much, we've got the rugby league and basketball. So AFL and netball clubs weren't a thing. So I grew up playing a bit of basketball and moved to Port Fairy, about 16 years ago now, and was just playing social basketball for the fun of it. And it was back I was trying to remember the year, it must be 2015 or 16, when the Hampden League introduced the Division 3 competition. And a couple of the girls that played netball had seen me play basketball and thought she might be a really good defender. So they had a Division 3 team, they needed some extra players. So I went down to the club, and somehow, they must have been absolutely desperate, got a spot on a team and was an atrocious defender. I know that some people can just move between the two sports, and I couldn't. I kept calling it the naughty rule, where you have to get the 3 feet back and the distance, and I was just terrible. So I think just in panic and not having enough numbers, they thought, what are we going to do with her? So they threw me down in the goal ring and made me goal shooter, and once I learned how to shoot without a backboard, that's where I've stayed. I suppose that is the key. Basketball to netball, that would be a slight adjustment to make with no backboard. Absolutely. And I had genuinely, I think I was about 27 or 28. I'd never even seen a game of netball in my life. I didn't know the rules. I still remember the very first game I played in round 1. We were at Koroit, funnily enough. And I remember they blew the whistle, and I thought, it was just a real moment of going, what am I doing here? I don't even understand the rules. I was terrified. And I'd actually turned up at the time, you could only play in white socks. It was a rule, and I didn't know that. So I turned up in my black socks, and my coach actually had to take her socks off and give them to me to run around on the court. Like, I was just so out of my depth and out of my comfort zone. But a few years later, and a premiership under the belt. So well, this is what. And now I love it. I was going to say that led me beautifully in over 100 games for the Seagulls now. A premiership, and don't undersell this premiership, by the way. Best on ground in a premiership winning side is a pretty amazing achievement. Just take us back there quickly. What was that like? Especially, I guess, with the journey that you'd been on to get to netball in the first place. Yeah, it was. I mean, I think the first year that we played, I don't even know if we won a game, to be honest, but we gradually built. We had a team that kind of stuck together for a while, and we kept grinding it out, and we consistently were making finals and grand finals, and we lost, I can't even remember how many grand finals we lost to Hamilton. It'll haunt me. And then I think, we may be one of the only teams in the history of the sport to be completely undefeated for 2 full seasons, but to only have 1 premiership, because we played undefeated, must have been the 2021 season, and then because of COVID, they cancelled finals. Of course. So we never got to finish that season out. And we did actually have a bit of change within our team between those 2 years, but 2022 we came out, we had absolutely unfinished business. So we finished up premiers and champions for, well, 2 years in a row, but only one premiership. So
isn't it wild?
There really is no feeling like it. It was just, I still smile. I still go back and watch the game day footage. It's just everything aligned for us that day. And yeah, it's definitely in the memory bank as a top 5 memory of my life, I think.
No doubt. And what an amazing achievement those couple of years as well for you girls, Mara. The Port Fairy Football Netball Club, what does that club mean to you? It
really is. I mean, on a light-hearted note, being that I married a Murrahy and Sean and Martina are synonymous, I don't think I'd have been allowed to stay in the family if I'd ever have played for another club.
No, that's fair. I can see that.
It was only ever going to be purple and gold. I think the only exception they'd make is if I were to go and play for Collingwood netball or something. But the club, it just means so much to me. It's a family. And, you know, I started playing and I continue to play. It gives us something to do over the winter, which is a bonus. But physical health, mental health, it's really propped me up in some of the harder times of my life, having my team, having something to focus on. And I've had 2 children during my sort of 9 or so years playing netball. And, you know, being able to come back to the game as a mum and as a breastfeeding mother, and then being able to take, I often say it's the one thing that I do for myself every week that I'm really selfish about. When I'm training and playing, I'm not a mum, I'm not a wife, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not an employee, I'm just out there doing something for me. So I get to be selfish about netball.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, I think you've hit the nail on the head in terms of what football and netball clubs mean to people, and it's an outlet, and I think it's fantastic that you have that outlet, and I'm sure you're not the only one that's in a similar scenario. So, Myra, it's been fantastic to chat. Congratulations on what you've achieved so far. Good luck for the rest of the year. Seagull sitting in 3rd in Division 2, so hopefully another finals tilt for you girls. And again, well done on being a netballer of the week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Go Seagulls.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Karamat Road, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The world's #1 training method is at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness. High altitude and oxygen training. Just add these to your training and feel the results. Find out more at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness, Homemaker Centre, Warrnambool.
Dr. Xavier McKinnon here from the locally owned and operated Hampden Vet Clinic. We're now in Warrnambool and we're ready to look after your farm animals and available 24/7 if you need us. Pregnancy testing, lame cows, calf disbudding, we do it all.
Hampden Vet. Give them a call. They're good at what they do.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for gift, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the 3rd exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hint to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Hampton League Live.
For Warrnambool Nissan, Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, Warrnambool Sheet Metal, Luke Williams Real Estate and Pearson's Nursery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back to Hampton League Live. Players back onto the arena. It's a 3-point lead to the North Warrnambool Eagles. Now, boys, the quaddie, remember I said we had a one-outer in the second leg.
You got it?
Splashback has just gone bang.
Lucky for you.
So, Matty Rylands will be sitting there just going, well, we are quietly confident we might get the quad. We might jag it now, and you never know. It's only early. There's still 2 to go. But we have got some numbers coming up in the final leg. I'll just have a look at those numbers now as I bring it up just and see what we have got. Yeah, we've got 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8 coming home on 1, 2, 9 and 12. So that would be a result.
Gee whiz.
We can get that
Emma
for
Stewart.
I might not have to call the footy next week. So umpire holds the ball off. Let's get this second half underway, boys.
Yeah, 3 points of margin in the lead, held by the North Warrnambool Eagles, and Bartlett just grabs it out of the ruck, then he lost it. They tried to soccer it off the ground, the Seagulls. Here comes Edmonds, that was Lucas, gets it to Sam Lee. Smothered kick there by Anders, did well. May have been dragged off the football. Here's Lockie Wines, smothered kick by Harwood. Busy start to this third term. He's in there again. And we'll have a stoppage inside the centre square. A couple of smothers in there and a bit of congestion and some, obviously, pressure. So the big fellas, Wines and Bartlett. Bartlett wins it this time straight down the throat of Lee, who kicks it towards half forward. Trapping that was Sully, and he got it out of mid-air and kicked it forward, but he's been pinged for holding on, and Merkovich has taken the mark, played advantage down the ground. And Merker, who we thought might not have played much for the rest of the game, kicked a goal late in that second term and is going to look in line up for his second, Blackie.
Yeah, good to see him out there, mate, after half-time. We had a fair bit of rubbing going on to just keep it warm, but coming in there to kick his second.
Here he comes. He'll come in on the left boot. Looked a little bit awkward.
Oh, left foot.
What's that on the left? That was on the left. Yeah, and it goes across the face. And a minor score.
So where someone should have maybe just gone there for a little Joe the Goose and just get a little...
Right. Anyway. I'm thinking just... If he's not right...
If he's going to have a set shot like that, he's better off not on the ground, boys.
So
he might be just kicking. He might be able to run all right.
Yeah, sometimes that can be the case. Lewis kicks out further afield, just goes through the hands that time of Keast. And we will have a boundary throw. And who wins from here, boys?
You got a coin?
So it's like that, isn't it? It's one of those games, isn't it? You know, it's I'm just.
That win looks like it's dropped off a little bit, Blackie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, still a little bit down towards the town end, but not too bad.
Big fist comes through that time from Lockie Wines, who's kicked 2 and been magnificent in this contest. Him and Jake Bartlett, they've gone at each other all day. Been a good game.
So the Port Fairy boys, if he has another set shot, just got to get around him and get past him.
Yeah. Oh, I would have been all over that anyway, mate. Like fair dinkum, that's how you get the cheapies. Still read your name on the Monday. Well, taken high there was Edmonds. Looked for the free kick. That was Lucas. Wasn't forthcoming.
It's a lot of pressure, isn't there? A lot of pressure to get it out of these stoppages.
So Bartlett this time wins it down. Coming through was Anders. Couldn't quite gather. Wines. That was Matty. Stacks on the mill. That's Lee. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. So it's really congested start to this third quarter, Trent.
Yeah, it is, Matthew. It certainly is. 2 points the margin. 3 minutes gone. Bartlett Wines. Been a great contest. Now it flicks out the back. Edmonds trying to trap it, as does Matty Wine. Sees it over the boundary line. Will have a boundary throw in. Rowan sort of playing up the ground again. Sort of sitting, waiting in that centre square area. So sort of centre half forward. It sort of looks like he's playing that role this afternoon to a degree, Weeks.
Yeah, look, he's obviously there as a defensive position at the moment. But, yeah, certainly playing a lot higher.
So front position, Bartlett. Wine's got a hand on it. Handball comes out. No, it's Anders. Left foot kick towards half forward. Plenty of space there and reading it nicely in the end was Robinson for Port Fairy. So he worked back well, and it was Kelby Fleming. So Kelby Fleming, the youngster, on the left boot, goes towards that outer side wing. Good kick out in front through the fingers of Ryan. Keeping it alive there. Nice bit of work by Harris, who's been important for the Eagles this afternoon. Ping for holding the ball. And the Seagulls will get the free kick on that outer side win.
Yeah, so a lot of play on that far outer side here to start this third term here. And then League Live match of the day. Kick goes looking for Sully. Goes through his hands. Adam Wine reads it well. Gets it to Harry Keast. Keast now kicks further afield. Goes through the midst of Bat and Swarbrick there. Well done, though, by Luke Wines. Kicks into space. Bouncing football. Sits up. Does it for Everall? Yes, it does. And Zach Everall gets the first for the Eagles in this third quarter. And they get a 7-5-47. They are leading the Port Fairy Seagulls 5-8-38 national tail scoreboard.
Harry Keast, he's that one, and he's just sort of breaking some lines. Really important handball receive. Sully dropped the mark they usually take. Then kicked it to a 2-on-1. Port Fairy's way, hit the ground though, and then Luke Wines was able to tidy up. So that's been happening a little bit with Northbourne, kicking in outnumbered, but that one there, and Luke Wines, beautiful kick, and Zach Everall, who isn't very big, and Fard spoke about, just plays a bit different. He does. He sort of can play as a small, but he's also he'll jump at the ball as well. So
and Wiggsy with Harry Keast in the midfield, very good. They've got a few out in the midfield, so
yeah, it's a good
opportunity for him to.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
Well.
Yeah.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire. Cobden v South Warrnambool. Ash Kelson, what's the latest, Ash?
Same at half time, 8-3-51 to 5-4-34, only been going 28 seconds.
Beautifully done, mate. Let's go to Wally Steer. Warrnambool v Hamilton. What's the latest, Wal?
12 minutes into the second quarter. Warrnambool 2-3-15 to Hamilton 3-4-22.
Low-scoring affair there. Ants, Marnie, Koroit v Portland. What's the latest out there, Ants?
Yeah, boys, 9 minutes in to the third quarter. Koroit 5-9-39 to Portland 2-4-16.
For the Saints, that's big. Yeah, no, that is big. And the other game is Camperdown, Terrain Mortlake and the Bloods, 4-1-25. They are leading Camperdown 2-3-15. That's all thanks to Matco Hire.
Oh, the play on there from Sully. He'll launch it inside, forward 50 at the back. Oh, good strong mark. Take it in the end.
Brennan.
That was beautiful. Short kick, finds Sam McKinnon. Gets the 1-2 back to Brennan. Takes a bounce, centre half back, corridor footy. Out in front, there was Fleming.
Good contest.
Did well. Works it around the body. Rowan's going to set himself here. Out in front, takes an easy chest mark. So Jace Rowan looking to launch inside forward 50 for the Seagulls. Are trouble 8. Goes long. Gary Rowan's the target. He flies on the lead. That was a good grab.
Good mark, wasn't it?
Good grab on the lead. He just put it into space, and they've done that well a couple of times. Port Fairy they put it into that zone where Rowan can run onto it and lead because we know he's strong in hand.
Well, once he gets a run and jump at it, he's going a lot higher than every probably other player on the ground. So they obviously know where he wants it and kick it to him. And again, Jason Rowan, who's done a lot of kicking for goal over here, he's actually a really good field kick. So, well done. Important kick.
Rowan 25 out, comes in and misses it. Minor score. Not happy with it. He thought it might have been one that went through, but a minor score was deemed by the umpire.
Must admit, it looked all right for me.
Yeah, me too.
Hello, Blakey. Deceptive. There's Luke Wines. Good to see him back. Got the heavy hit in that second term. Chip goes out wide to his brother Adam. So this is where the Eagles just like to just slow things down a little bit. So he squares it back up to Luke. So you've got to man him up. You've got to keep him accountable. He goes further afield to Brennan. So Brennan's been really good for the Eagles this afternoon.
I think Dusty McCall will be happy with this as long as if they're not going forward.
Rowan's going to fly. And a nice mark taken by Jason Rowan too. Playing up the ground. So he bangs it forward. Big pack going to converge. That's a good mark by Mitchie Ryan. And he will go back. Put that one down as a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone highlight of the day contender. He'll go back and have a shot right on the boundary line. 25 metres out. Will he banana this one, Wiggs?
Don't know. It looks like he's going for the drop punt. With the breeze, it might be doable from there.
A little bit of left to right, so he sits it out. Gonna fly. Good mark. I think it might be Rowan again, Gary. And he's pulled in a nice Peter Bolsh Bridgestone specky. And Gary Rowan now will have a chance. He'll have to kick a little around the body from the pockets. But if anyone can do it, Gary can. Gary goes by. He's missed it. The goal umpire doesn't like him. And it's another minor score. 6-10-46.
What's he kick, Gary Rowan?
Him and Lukey Wines having a bit of a tussle here. Look out.
Little bit of a how do you do from the boys getting to know each other. He's probably kicked one goal, four or five today.
I think that scoreboard's incorrect. I think they awarded the goal for that last point that was that set shot. So I think they're 5.
So they even thought it was a goal.
I think it's 5-11, 41.
To get that adjusted. Be scared of Cannon on the scoreboard, I'd say, or Joshy Wines or Scupper.
So kick in here from the Eagles. That son, just every time that Chopper Lewis has a ball in hand, he's just got the hand over as his head as a visor. And he'll play on that outer side. Spears the pass. Harry Keith the target. Nice mark taken there by Bart. It was a Sully
50.
Oh, dangerous too. It was a flick of the ball and it puts Sully within range.
So Sully's kicked a couple of points today too.
Won't miss this one, you wouldn't think.
No, well, he's going to put him about 12 metres out. He'll play on, sidesteps, does it pretty hard, and just squeezes it through. Just squeezes it through.
Jeez, that was dangerous.
He was eager. He was eager to play on.
I don't think he likes the set shots, Matty Sully, to be honest. I think he was thinking, I want to get this over and done with real quick. Don't think about it too much. Blackie, have you seen a finish like that?
Oh, right. He must have thought there was no one in front of him.
I thought he'd ran himself into a bit of trouble there.
So I think the scoreboard, as I said, is they've got the goal extra show. It should be 6-11, 47 to 7-5. 47. So I think we're at equal Stevens at the moment, where the scoreboard's got a 5-point differential.
Now, Hilly, you've got a lot of pull in this competition. If anyone's going to get that sorted, it'll be you. That's Holly the ball. Port Ferry all of a sudden are all over this contest right now. They're just controlling things. That was a good tackle. Chase down tackle by Lockie Gunning. He pumps it in. Oh, Merkovich flies. I thought it was Rowan there for a tick. I thought, oh, this is dangerous. Snooze Wine's looking for 50. Not forthcoming. So the Eagles just chipping it around again. So Bailey Keese this time on the end of it. The tractor. He can go back to Wines if he wants to. Comes down the line. Target Everall. Big fist. Ball goes out of bounds. We will have a ball up. Virtually smack bang on centre wing. Good crowd out here today too to see these two teams go at it.
Yep, it's an line ball at the moment, so it's just little moments that will become, in the last quarter, will become bigger moments.
Correct.
So
So boundary throw in, Wines and Bartlett. Wines got the hand down. Coming through was Lee. Matty Wines in the thick of the action. He's wrapped up, not going anywhere. And again, between wing and half forward, it's been a pretty regular destination. We've seen many stoppages throughout the course of the afternoon. They'll go again. Bartlett gets a tap down only as far as Matty Wines. Ricochets off the Seagulls. Ball goes over the boundary line with the boundary throw in. So 12 and a half minutes gone. 6:11:47 to 7:5:47 is the scoreboard here at Bushfield Oval. Coming here is Edmonds, flicks it over the top towards the boundary line direction. Wise tries to keep it in, he's taken over, and again another boundary throw in.
Yeah, lots of repeat stoppages, isn't there? So someone going to let the handbrake off and maybe hit it into the middle, or try and hit it a bit wider.
So here goes the boys at it again. Wines and Bartlett. They've had a cracking contest. Anders was wrapped up going nowhere. So we'll have another ball up. Been a lot of stoppages in this quarter. Bartlett used his body well that time. Goes and gets it again. Edmonds driven into the ground. Umpire says no. We'll have another ball up. So I'd like to see just a big fist into the corridor or something here just to open it up. These boys have just had a crack at each other all day. Coming through there was Anders. Good gather, but going nowhere.
Another one.
Well, I can't wait to see how many ball-ups in that today, Wiggs, because,
a bit happening here.
A bit going on. Anders and young Lucas Edmonds. He's got a feeling in front of the boxes here. Something could happen here. He just got that there all cracking in. It's a little bit of pushing and shoving. You just got that little sense that
the umpire will pick
off.
out a free kick.
Yeah.
Pick out a free kick here, you'd think.
Just give it a big fist or something. There we go. Quick kick comes out. Oh, reading it well there was Dylan Gunning. Takes a nice mark. So, Gunning, what's he going to do? Where's he want to go? Happy to go back down the line. Oh, it's on here. It's on. Edmonds is into it. That's James. They've ripped a helmet off too. And players getting into it, and they're coming from everywhere. Just keep an eye on this one. There's not much in it, to be honest. The free kick's going to go to the Eagles. Free kick's back here. Edmonds gathers his helmet, the Jonathan Thurston's helmet. And the free kick will go to Anders. So it was Anders and Edmonds who were at it. I kind of called that, boys. I said there was going to just sense something was brewing.
So Wines takes the mark.
All the young boys into it then.
Was, yes.
All the young kids.
Left half forward, Wines goes inside, forward 50, good kick. And he finds Grundy. So Grundy, 47 metres out. He's going to take one of his best. Tight angle. Even ball game here at Bushfield. So he's already kicked one this afternoon, Cal Grundy. Let's see what he's got in this kick here. Comes in, connection's good. Is he going to make the distance? They fly, punched away over the line. Minor score for the Eagles. So they go to 48, 7-6, 48. They lead by a point, 6-11-47. 15 minutes gone. Blackie, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions.
Yeah, good game of footy. It's just got to have a, makes the most of it going forward. It's going to win, isn't it? But Port did miss a few set shots in front of goal, but anyway, it's a good game of footy.
It is a cracking game, Blackie. So here goes Keese, that's Harry. Coming through there is Gunning. He was dispossessed. Here's Luke Wines, gathers at 50. His kick was smothered, gets it again. Fends one off, goes inboard there to Higgins. Bouncing football, Jelly gathers, Jelly kicks, Jelly goes! The youngster, Charlie, the 16, 17-year-old. And I'm tipping that might be his first goal in senior footy weeks. I don't know, but
sure.
This is game number 3.
Second, I think.
No, the boys are shaking their head downstairs and they're saying no. But anyway, the Eagles, they are back in front here at Bushfield, and this game has ebbed and flowed. So the Eagles go to 8-6-54. We think that Port Fairy are 6-11-47. That scoreboard is wrong. That's on the National Tile scoreboard. Good finish by the young kid.
Yeah, look, too, Hamish Williams, he's under 16, I think. They're playing each other, those two young guys. But Charlie Jolly then holding his width as a winger really, really well and just bobbled out. Probably kick off the side of the boot from Luke Wines and, classy finish.
So ball back in the centre, umpire Keane throws it up. Bartlett, little tap down. O'Brien first to it. And he's trapped, not getting it out. So they'll go again. A wrestle for positions. Anders trying to position himself to get on that left boot inside forward 50. Good one to Sam McKinnon. Higgins it was. Matty Wines via hand. Deft little tap there by Cal Grundy. Chases it up for a second go. Gets it to Anders. Free kick. Hanging on. And it's going to go to the North Warrnambool Eagles, it looks like, and Cal Grundy. So he's been busy.
Anders is lifted. He's lifted. Cal Grundy's been good as well.
So he's going to set himself a 45-metre journey here to get consecutive goals for the Eagles. Grundy comes in, gives it absolutely everything. Hasn't got the distance. Batten. Luke Wines out of the pack. Luke Wines. Great goal from Luke Wines. Front and centre as a good roving forward, Wiggs, and he did it beautifully in the end.
Yeah, look, he's playing half forward, a little bit of a different role, but yeah, it was one of those ones you'd think as a coach it's just going to get punched through, which again you say don't kick it if you think it's out of your range. You can't unless you can kick it over the fence. But anyway, it didn't. It came through, and Luke Wines really great spot and good finish.
I reckon this leads out to 13 points now. If we get that goal taken off the Port Fairy Seagulls, we will get that confirmed. But I reckon the Eagles are out to the biggest lead of the game, which is 13 points. So ball back in the middle. All of a sudden now, what have the Seagulls got? How can they respond? Sam Lee gets a quick snap forward. Here goes Lukey Wines. Don't they just lift the three Wines boys when they need to? They've all been magnificent again today.
Well, Matt Wines he's been really, really good. Adam Wines had a really good battle with Matt Sully, and Luke Wines just playing on the far side wing. And when he uses the ball so well.
So we've got a ball up far out of sight. Bartlett and Wines go at it again. Bit of a don't argue there from Sagsy Sully. Quick kick around the body by Lee. Goes forward. Romer's there. There's also Ryan. He's driven over the boundary line and we will have a ball up. 19.5 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock. Alan Blackburn, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus.
Yeah, they've kind of strangled them a bit, haven't they, North Warrnambool? They're Port Fairy. You just got to make the most of opportunities, but they've got a chance now inside a stoppage inside their forward 50. Free kick to North.
Beautiful play there that time by Brandon. He gathered, and he goes further afield to Higgins. Higgins goes over the top, and he goes to O'Brien. So O'Brien, he's got a player in ball, which is Anders. Kick's got to be good. I tell you what, he does pretty well between three, and he'll get the resultant free kick. That was good play. Peter Bolts Bridgestone, player of the day. They're looking to now possibly, he's going to go down the guts. Yes, he is. So he kicks to half forward. Grundy floating across the pack. Goes through his hands. All of a sudden, a few Eagles just getting out their own now, finding a little bit of space. One of them is McKinnon. He gets it further afield to Everell. Everell goes in. Board. Batten! Tommy Batten grabs one in game number 300. And this is for 3 on the bounce for the Eagles, Wiggs.
You're right, Stewie. They're just starting to get some free guys. All of a sudden, the possessions that were contested just starting to become uncontested. So, and Anders is he's lifted. He's been really good. O'Brien's, but he's improved. Keith's had a rest coming back on. So, Batten, you would be thinking he's a great kick for goal.
So this is for his second of the afternoon, Tommy Batten, in game number 300. Oh, they'll come from everywhere if he can kick it into his backyard. He comes in, he shanked it. It is a shank. I think he's missed everything, Tommy.
He has.
You give a bloke a rap, Wiggs.
Yep.
We see it so often. we see it so often. So the Eagles, they're leading by 13 points on the National Tiles scoreboard.
So just waiting for the ball to get in the hand of Georgie Schwarbrick. He's had to gets it going over his head, back over his head, so he's finally got it. So Schwarbrick will kick it out of D50, gives it absolutely everything. Sully direction, doesn't hit the target. Coming through is Rowan, that was Jason. Socket off the ground by Sully in the corridor. Picked up nicely there by Bartlett. He gets it to Sully. He'll go to the other side, looking for Bailey to wire. Luke Wines first respond to the footy, gathers. Little dribble kick to try and create something for his teammate further up the ground, which is Brennan. It's a bit of a wrestle to try and get the ball out clear. Free kick. So they've deemed it dragged in by the Seagulls, and Brennan will be the recipient.
That was an important win for North Warrnambool for Luke Wines there, because they were going inside 50, Port Fairy.
So short kicks to Noski. So they've just retreated back about 15-20 metres. He'll go centre corridor, and he finds Lockie Wines, who's been terrific this afternoon in the ruck position. Wants to play on. He drags the opponent close to him to get it to Noski to get that free ball working out towards Joey Higgins. So between wing and half forward, short kick's good. He finds Wine. So they've just been able to get that chip kick.
Their uncontested marks are starting to add up.
So he's going to go short too, which is a good one. Finds Joey O'Brien. Side step, spins around. Has to try and work something forward. But it wasn't his best, and a nice mark taken in the end by, I think it was Fleming, across left half back. So it's 9-6-60. We believe the Seagulls are 6-11-47. So 13 points. What a big fly there. Couldn't bring down the mark. Noski via hand. Coming through was Edmonds. Loose football. Overrunning it there was Bartlett. Gathered there by Strawn Robinson. Just bangs it on the boot and intercepted there by Noski, who'll look to switch the kick into the direction of Harry Keast. He's got a winger here available if he's good enough to get it to Scoble. Under pressure, Rost pressured him and he ran through Scoble and did it well and kicks to half forward. Scoble setting himself. That was, Grundy I should say. Loose football, and I reckon we're going to have a stoppage inside forward 50 here.
That was well done by Reece Scoble. Then was 1v3, but and then contest, big 4 or 5 minutes coming up here.
Massive, Wiggs. The context of this game. Coming through, handball goes foil. That was good play, just kind of dispossessed in the end. Could have been a sling tackle. Stacks on the mill. So we've got another ball up. 13-point lead. Bartlett wins this one down. Coming through was Lucas Edmonds. Just overrunning the football. That time was Ryan. Reading it well, though, was Brennan. Brennan now pumps the Eagles into attack once again. Batten flies. Oh, good numbers, good play. Harwood high up and under, but the pressure was there, and he's kicked it straight out of bounds on the full. The resultant free kick will go to Charlie Jelly for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Jelly, short little kick to Brennan. Just didn't see, and he's been ping-folding the ball. He just didn't see Mitchy Ryan sneaking up on him like a Cheshire cat. He squares it up now to Lucas Edmonds. I'll tell you what, boys, they've done a pretty good job. North Warrnambool. They've kind of shut James Edmonds out in this second half so far, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
He was really damaging in the first half. So Rowan's a target. Gary, big fist that time by Scoble. And the ball goes out of bounds. So you just sense they needed a couple of goals, I reckon, out of Gary Rowan or Sully, don't they, to win this game?
They still look dangerous for the ball. Like, you've got Sully, you've got Gary Rowan and Jason Rowan, Murkovic and Robinson's down there. So they still look dangerous for the ball.
Half forward line for the Seagulls. Sam Lee just on. Banks on the left boot. Forward 50. Punched away by Keast, who's at the foot of the footy. Plenty of players jumping over it. Hard to separate. We'll go inside.
And they've taken Sully's gone back to the goal square, and Adam Wines obviously with him.
So Sully will do the rucking this time around against Adam Wines, the direct opponents. Got the tap. Was trying to get the follow-up. Free kick. And it's a drag out, and it's going to go to Sully, I'd imagine.
Will he play on from here?
Straight in front, Blake. This is for 3 for Sagsy.
Correct. So it's probably a goal they need, because I feel like North have just controlled proceedings the last 7 or 8 minutes in this third term. So we're ticked over 26 minutes. For his third of the afternoon, comes in and makes no mistake, Matty Sully. That's 3 goals to big Matty Sully. And they go to 7-11-53. The margin back to 7 points, 9-6-60. Blackers, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solution.
Yeah, so that's back to 13, I think, isn't it now, Hilly? I think that's right, isn't it? Back to 13, I reckon.
No,
back to
13's
7. Back to 7, Al.
You reckon?
Yeah, but it's back to 7. So it's not 1 point, it's 7 points.
Right.
That lead. So 8-11, so it's 7-11, 53.
Yeah.
That is Port Fairy, 9-6-60, the North Warrnambool Eagles.
7 points.
Here goes Jimmy Edmonds on cue, so they're into attack once again. Big fly coming through was Ryan. Can he get the handball out? Yes, he can, but too slow. And the umpire says that's holding the pill. And Chopper Lewis will get the resultant free kick. He wants to go quickly to Noski. Noski just looking for play, squares it up to Scoble, his partner in crime. So Scoble was thinking about going out to Brennan. He kicks it. There's chipping through the middle here. Anders was that target. He goes back to Noski. So he's going sideways here. But I tell you what, the kick's going to find Wines. Lockie Wines. Good kick. Good mark in the end. So Wines, he goes further afield. Batten was the target coming through there, reading off the Packers. Grundy, snap around the body. It's going to bounce. That's a goal.
Great goal.
Great goal. Front and centre stuff. And Callum Grundy puts the Eagles to 10-6-66, 7-11-53 Port Fairy.
And look, Tom Batten, he's been well. We just made him and Zach Everall just flew, mate. It was a big pack, and but Cal Grundy's been pretty impressive.
He's been the most dangerous forward in the third term, I reckon.
So, but I feel like they're working as a unit really well. They might have a lot of firepower down there offensively, but their defence when it hits the ground, and the front and centre has been really important.
Great goal to Grundy. Kicks his second. They go to 10-6-66, 7-11, 53. Back out to 13 points. Ball heads back into the centre. Umpire Jennings throws it up high. No one got the clear, decisive hit out. Wrapping up Keast was Bartlett. And his follow-up work as a big man's very impressive, Jake Bartlett. Hard to get through. Good tackler. So Everall going in the ruck this time around. Here's Edmonds. Lucas kicks inside forward 50. Ryan was the target. Created a contest. The 1-2 off Scoble, who's had some good dashes off half back so far in this third term. Port Fairy looking to straighten the kick up to Bartlett. They find him. So where will he go to next? Everall on the mark. So we're getting closer to three-quarter time here. Just a bit indecisive of where to go. Jakey Bartlett puts it out in front. Good kick in the end. And he finds Robinson still inside the centre square. So he wants to play on side steps. He'll have to go on the left boot quickly. Out in front, Edmonds couldn't take the mark. Good defensive work there by the Eagles. Bailey Keast first to it. Harry Keast grabs it now. Just straight down the corridor. Harris out in front takes a beautiful mark. An impressive young fella, this young Xavier Harris. He'll go short to a running teammate. Anders, a target, tries to reach over, follows up. Can he get the handball out? Tackled straight away. And he's wrapped up, not going anywhere. Forward 50 entry for the Eagles, and they lead by 13.
Back that play in the middle there, boys. Like Bartlett, he had a running Edmonds. He could have given it to it. Just give time for the Eagles to get back behind the football. And I think if you got to put the Eagles back line under pressure, and this will probably result in a goal here because Wines off one step goes bang, but it goes through for a minor score. But I think you got to get in as quick as you can, don't you?
Yeah. We just went back, and again, given that handball and then run, Lee gets all the North Warrnambool defenders out of position.
And there's the siren. There is the siren for three-quarter time. So the Eagles, 10-7-67, 7-11-53. That is the score here at three-quarter time. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. We will go to Ash Kelson Cobden v South Warrnambool first and foremost. Ash, what's the latest, buddy?
Yeah, 26-minute mark of third quarter. South Warrnambool 9-5-59. Cobden 8-6-54.
Oh, gee whiz, Ash, the Bombers are coming, brother.
And got the scoring end in the last quarter, Matthew. We are just kicking for goal. Riley Thomas. Out in the full there, brother. So, yeah.
That's the second one for the day.
So one of them bad days.
Well, it's just, wow, there we go. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let's go to Ants, Marty, Victoria Park, Koroit. Ants, Portland and Koroit. What's the latest out there, buddy?
Yeah, no, just three-quarter time here, boys. Koroit is 7-9-51 to Portland 5-6-36, so set up for a good last quarter.
Oh, it's going to be an absolute...
Is there a
Any
scoring,
score,
scoring end out there, Ants?
No, it's pretty neutral, so there's really no scoring.
Right.
Probably favouring the Murray Goulburn end
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah, no, we're kicking that way, actually. So hopefully all
Love it,
good.
mate. Beautifully done. That is around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. And the other game, Warrnambool and Hamilton, the Blues are 5-3-33. Hamilton Kangaroos 4-4-28. Terrain Mortlake are 5-5-35. Campan are 4-6-30.
Good games.
Some great games. Hampden League footy. Hey, listen, we better take a break. On the other side of this, we'll come back with final quarter action. And at the moment, it is a lead to the North. Warrnambool Eagles 67-53.
3YBFM's Hampden League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Karamat Road, Warrnambool.
Have you been injured at work, in a public place or in a motor vehicle accident? Let us help you secure the compensation you deserve. Madden's Lawyers, with you every step of the way.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen.
Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Hampton League Live.
For Badeness Rural, Southwest Conveyancing, Rafferty's Tavern, Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Greg Allen Farm Machinery.
94.5 3YB FM.
And Port Fairy still look dangerous, so again, Sully's deep, Rowan's a bit higher, Merkovich.
Yeah.
They can get it in there, but North just look like numbers maybe just starting to run a little bit harder.
We're alive in the quaddie too. Jimmy the Bear, the Pains have got 4 today, boys. They are absolutely on fire. Won't be paying much though, the quad. It'll be short, but if we get it, who cares? So here go the Eagles into attack to start this final quarter. Coming through. Handball goes further afield to Wallers. He gets a little banana. Goes through the hands that time of Keast. Handball there by Mitchie Ryan. Noski. Happy to see the ball go out of bounds. And we will have a ball up. Big game. Cobden's hit the front against South Warrnambool, boys.
Wow,
3/4 time.
And
So,
kicked to the scoring end on last quarter.
That's what our man Ash says. So they're all close, tight contests, aren't they? It's great Hampton League footy. Well and truly alive. Coming through there was Bartlett. Could have been ping for holding the pill. Here goes Lucas Edmonds. He's had a good game as well. Good contest that time. Here goes Matty Wines to Noski to Keast. That's Harry. Bouncing football. Goes through the midst that time of Swarbrick. Coming through there.
Great handball.
That was a great handball by McKinnon. Kicks further afield. That was great play. Really good play. Lowered the eyes to Everell. And Zach Everell will go back and have a shot. 40 metres out directly in front. And this will just stretch that lead out to 20 points, boys.
Look a bit cleaner, don't they, North Warrnambool? Cleaner in their passage of play. More numbers around.
Second half. Harry Keast has been good all day, so they just look a little bit better in there at the moment.
Gee, we're short way home if the 9 wins the last leg of the quaddie, $77. We won't even get our money back on it. So we don't want Fidello.
We're having a bad day in the scoreboard. We've played more than 40 seconds, haven't we?
Yeah, no, they're having a shocker up there. It must be Skeeter. That's all it is. They need a goal here, Port Fairy, don't they? Just to get themselves and give themselves a little sniff. Here goes Lucas Edmonds now. Kicks out, looking for Rowan. Geez, that was good. How's a leg speed on Gary there? Hard match up, and he's been good today, Gary.
Yeah.
I reckon. I like him playing forward, to be honest. He squares it up to Bartlett.
Oh.
Free kick for a little bit of tunnelling there for the big man. That's where he's got to move it quick. Get it back. Get it in. Get into that hot spot or something. Just don't let them all get back. And he's gone the short option. Not the best option. Turns it over. Anders gathers. His handball's intercepted. Back to Lewis. Lewis goes further afield to Everell up the ground. So Zanotti goes inboard. Jelly's got a running Brennan. He'll kick into space for Willie Brennan. Bouncing football. Terrible bounce for him. Going back. Oh, that was good play too. 1-on-2. Well done by Rowan. That's Jason to Merkovich, who's up the ground. Goes through the midst of Bartlett. The Eagles' pressure's been good. Stacks on the mill. Ball comes out the back. Jason Rowan jumps on it. The umpire says, let's have a ball up. So comedy of errors there in the end.
Just little contests. At the moment, North Warrnambool winning those 50-50s.
So Wyans got the tap down. In there is McKinnon. He's wrapped up, but too high, and he'll get the resultant free kick. So Sam just going back behind his mark. He was nearly looking to go to Jared Lewis. I reckon he still might go on that pathway. Finds him. He likes to run off on that left boot, spearing pass. That's A grade to Tom Batten.
The thing about that too, that he kicked that on his left. So it was a great pass. He's kicked it on his opposite foot. Jared Lewis.
He is one of the most skillful players in the Hampton Football Netball League, Jared Chopper Lewis. So Batten, who's kicked a couple this afternoon, or he's kicked one this afternoon, looking to kick a second in his 300th senior game milestone, and to break out the margin out to 26 points. Tommy, he's going to unload from 45 metres out. Comes in. Connections A grade. Kicks A grade. Tommy's A grade. And the Eagles are 26 points ahead.
I reckon, so if Jared Lewis is running into your forward half of the ground with the ball, I reckon as a forward your eyes would light up. Especially coming, but that was...
used to be like you, Wiggsy, back in the day, running off that half-back line at Warrnambool. You just kind of light because you could kick 60 and you just sink the slipper in and... they used to just
Yeah, only thing I could do.
But did just kick, weren't you?
I don't know. I suppose kicking was a strong. Yeah, that was my strength.
It definitely was, Wiggs. You're selling yourself short, mate.
Leave him alone, Matthew, please.
What have the Seagulls got here? They need a couple of quickies and they need them fast because the Eagles are charging away with this one. Jordan, this bloke's been magnificent.
Really good in the second half.
Got to be in contention for Matthews Patron Player of the Day, boys, for mine. He has been sensational. So Anders told to play on left foot, raking kick. It's a big kick, all right. Bouncing football. Just sits up once again. Wallers gets back. Swarbrick just barrels one out. Bouncing football. Foot race far out of side. Luke Wine's happy to see the ball go out of bounds.
They're just a bit cleaner, aren't they? Better with their hands.
Just a little bit.
Better skill work. Run harder and just a bit too good.
I think
they've had a crack, though.
They've had a real crack, and it was always going to be hard for them to keep that intensity up that they did in that first quarter for 4 quarters against a good side. I reckon Lockie Wines has played a role.
He's been really good.
He's just he's been great all day. His strength throughout that middle of the ground has been enormous. Like Bartlett's having a great season. Stacks on the middle, umpire missing. He likes it. He says, holding the pill. Gary Rowan gets the resultant free kick, plays on quickly to Strawn Robinson. Robinson plays on. He kicks to a vacant goal square. Nobody there. Bouncing ball and it'll go out of bounds. So good build up, but just for no result.
Absolutely spot on. Blackers.
Probably just dropped Port Fairy's pressure. Probably just dropped a little bit in the second half, and that's all it takes.
So boundary throw in. 25 around from the Seagulls goal. They need one desperately. Out of the ruck contest was Sully. Awaiting was Lewis. High kick out of D50. Rowan setting himself. Sun got on the eyes of all the players. He's in there again, Jace Rowan. He's like a new age player playing up the ground. Old shooter, the league leading goal scorer in the history of the Hampton Football Netball League, Blackie.
Yeah, no, he's looks good up the ground, doesn't he? Different role for him.
So Sully again trying to muscles his way in the ruck contest. Sam Lee gathered there by O'Brien, had it, lost it. Good handball out comes to Charlie Jalley along the wing out front. Sure hands. It was Tommy Batten. So Tommy, he'll go laterally inside the centre square. He finds Keast, who's had a terrific comeback here this year. He finds the snooze man.
Boys, has James Edmonds been on the ground in the second half? Because I just don't reckon. I haven't spotted him much, and he's not on there now, is he? So I don't know.
I've been seeing him coming on and off a bit.
Oh, here he is now, yep. Righto, I'll take that back.
So Everall will kick from about 48 metres. He's going back, a bit of a Shoaib Akhtar run up at the goals.
Shoaib Akhtar.
Shoaib Akhtar.
Gee, good fast bowler.
Yeah, he was good.
A bit like A. Dowie at Kraft
Allister. Those little fingers on that little ball.
So Everall
whipping it.
Comes in. High kick. It makes the distance with ease, but the accuracy just to the left and a minor score. So 12-8-80, 7-11-53, 7 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock, and the margin out to 27 points. Blackers.
Yeah, they've controlled it, haven't they? Not controlled it, but been a bit better with their skill and hands, and just execution's been much better.
Good mark taken there that time by Sammy McKinnon. Big fist. And talking about McKinnon, what about Big Charlie? Couple of back-to-back bags of 8.
Yeah, he's going well, isn't he? He's
leading the way, 22 goals from 5 games.
You just wonder here, just change back to here, whether is Matt Sully or is it put him on, roll the dice time, put him on the ball?
I think you kind of maybe got to, but I don't know, I just worry that it's gone here.
Yeah.
That's Matty Wines. His kick was smothered. Coming through was Jimmy Evans. That's holding the pill. And the resultant free kick, it'll go to Mitchy Ryan for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So Ryan kicks out to a running player out that far out side, which is Lucas King. So King, youngster.
The word was at three-quarter time too, Wiggs, that Matty Sully's pretty sore. So
yeah, okay. I was thinking, yeah. Maybe those days are gone, Blackie. I'd say, yeah. Mr. Fix-It go everywhere.
Yeah, he's done it for a long, long time for this football club, hasn't he?
How old would Matty be these days?
Bloody good question, Trent.
I know, he just feels like he's had the fountain of youth for years and years, you know. He just
wide open forward line for Port Fairy if they can get it in there.
And been enormous again today, hasn't he? You know, he's kicked a couple.
Yep.
Been a contest all day. Diving mark, attempted a mark. Schwarbrick gets it for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Oh, that was courageous. That was Harry Keast.
Harry Keast, yep.
Put that one down as a Peter Bolks Bridgestone highlight of the day. Brant John Deere, no fear.
Well, I reckon there's 3, Matt Wines, Harry Keast, Lockie Wines. Usually, sometimes they're hard to pick, I reckon, today. Then I reckon those 3 will be in their best. He's had a really good second half.
There goes big Jakey Bartlett, just trying to take him on. Good gather. Handball goes further afield. She's in the pocket. That was Edmonds. Goes through for a minor score. So 7-12-54 Port Fairy, 12-8-80. That is the Eagles. National Tile scoreboard, 10 minutes gone, final term.
There's still time. They just need to manufacture a score, don't they?
There is.
So Adam Wine to skip a Blackie, you were going to say?
Yeah, I think they've got to add a couple of minutes onto that scoreboard time because they didn't start it until...
You're right, Al.
So a good mark out on the lead there by Lockie Wines. Been terrific in the ruck this afternoon. And he's a long kick down the line. Setting himself there was Batten. Well, we thought he might have taken the mark in the end, but wasn't deemed by umpire Misson on true centre wing here at Bushfield. Sun is shining for the nearly the end of June. We've got sunshine, which is unusual. Coming through is Dylan Gunning. Just got some good purchase and distance on the kick towards half forward. Keese did well. The faint tap come out. Rowan couldn't quite trap it. Jared Lewis Classy and crafty as ever. Got it moving forward, follows up with another handball. A lot of players around the contest. There's a free kick. It's going to go to Port Fairy, and they're going to get another chance to reload and go inside forward 50. So they've got football in hand. It's just a matter of using it effectively.
Just haven't been able to take that mark in this quarter inside their forward 50, have they?
So Matty Sell, kicks in, but a nice mark taken there by Harry Keast, who's been terrific once again for the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Played really well.
He has. He's courageous, isn't he, Harry? So his kick was smothered. Touch play on is the call. There goes King. He gets it back to Sell. Just walks through traffic beautifully well there, Sampras. But guess who's on the end of it? The chop.
Been pretty good this afternoon again.
How many marks inside defensive
really
50,
well.
I reckon?
The most on the ground, Blackie.
I reckon.
There's Jai O'Brien. He goes out to Lockie Wines. And Wines...
He has had... how many touches would he have had?
Oh, he would have had 20, I reckon.
At least.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question, Weeks.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're going to say.
When Vance comes in, what percentage do you use?
I didn't think it was going to be that, but keep going.
Yeah,
Under 23s.
Yeah,
that was the other one I was half
Yeah,
right.
righto.
But what percentage would you see him playing ruck to maybe allow Vance to play a bit more forward? Does it become a bit more in time?
Yeah, maybe. Look, it's probably horses for courses a little bit in terms of who you're up against, but I think he's definitely ruck. And if you ask Lockie, he would be saying ruck's probably not his favourite spot, but it's a great way to. He plays it really well.
He does.
He played that Juddles role.
Yeah.
And a beautiful kick of the footy as well.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Gohire. Let's go to Ash Kelson, Cobden South. What's the latest, Ash?
I think Cobden might be nearly home, Matthew. They're going into attack again. South Warrnambool mark. Cobden lead, 11-8-74. South Warrnambool 9-6-60 at the 10-minute mark of the last quarter. Playing well,
Jeez, that could be back-to-back losses for the South Warrnambool Roosters if that comes off. Wally Steer, Warrnambool v Hamilton. What's the latest up there, Walt?
We've been playing 11 minutes 45 seconds. Brought to you by Christine Steer Property. This broadcast and
got the new full-time employee as well.
48 to Hamilton 5-4-34.
Hey, boys, Lockie Wines just came off the ground here. Now, what are we at? We're probably at about the 15-minute mark. 26 points down, so interesting who they're going to ruck.
So watch this space, I would say, boys.
Everell. I reckon it'll be Everell.
Everell might be the man. Now, listen, I'm just hopeful that Chowie might have got the last head bob in at Donald, which would be a result and a half for the big boy sitting in the commentary box here. But I'm just not quite sure. Chowie might have got a double up there today, I think. But
good on him.
Geez, I don't know. It's tight.
So did you get some mail on that?
No, I didn't. I just like the horses on the heavy track, but fingers crossed we might be able to get some. Let's go to Ants Marnie out of Koroit, nonetheless, Victoria Park. What's the latest out there, Ants?
Yeah, mate, brought to you by Brian O'Halloran Co scoreboard. Koroit at 9-9-3. Oh, good enough for Wally, good enough for me. Portland just kicked the goal, 7-9-51, so 2 goals of difference.
Yep.
Beautifully done, big man. Love your work, Ants, as always. He's a superstar, Ants Marnie. Make no mistake about it. He's got his brother Bill covered in spades. Hope Billy's not tuning in up at Early Beach. He'll be shattered, the big fella. Eagles are home here, boys. They're controlling this contest, aren't
they? Yeah.
So Tommy Batten in game number 300. They'll cheer him off, won't they, boys?
I'll try and get him after game and talk to him.
Mate, absolutely. We couldn't get him pre-game. Obviously, they had a team meeting and then they went into overtime and all that kind of stuff.
He's been on Media Street this week. It's worn him out a little bit. He was telling me last night. It has worn him out a little bit being on Media Street. Tell you what, nice mark by the snooze man, just quietly too. Out on the boundary line, and he'll have a shot from about 35 out. Very tight angle and probably not the right side for a left footer. But Matty Wines, he's played many games out here at Bushfield, so he knows every dimension. Comes in, connection is good. It's going to go across the face. They jump high. Keeping it alive was Batten, flicks it across. Joey Higgins had a shot at go, and Joey doesn't disappoint. And a great goal there, front and centre as a small forward. kicks his first of the afternoon and extends the lead for the North Warrnambool Eagles. And, well, they're looking very likely to be 10-0 after 10 rounds.
And you look at the players they got out, and you forget about, so Harley Cobb, Jackson Grundy, Nathan Vardy, Sam McLaughlin,
Michael Barlow, Charlie McKinnon.
Charlie McKinnon. There's possibly another. But, they've been...
Someone's going to be stiff.
Yeah, look, I've been really impressed with the young guys. The young guys, and even that passage of play then, like they went to Anders when Anders was free. They went to Jai Bryan when he was free. So they don't kick it to the name, they kick it to the jumper. And, again, it's great coaching by Nathan Vardy.
Everill's in the ruck.
So, Everill's in the ruck. So Jared Lewis just having a little rest too, the chopper. It's another great game.
He's done, he said.
First rest for the year, I reckon. That's the first rest for the year for the big chop. So here they go, Lukey Wines. Nice handball out. Gee, good passage of play. And they've used the handball well in the second half. McKinnon creates a contest, wheels around on the right boot. Inside 50, Tommy! Through his fingers. And Fleming can pick up and he can run it out for Port Fairy. Penetrating kick towards Edmonds. Nice mark. And that was James. So looks to play on. He'll go long to half forward. Gary Rowan, Jason Rowan, they are all around the contest. Here comes Adam Wines. Short kick out in front of O'Brien. And that was just a nice, smart little kick to the midfielder.
Must be a lot of fires done around here. Like, they got the fires at home. Remember, they can smell that smoke in the air. It's got a bit of the Otways feel about it today, playing Otway districts.
They got up in front of the bar, I think. They always have it smoking up.
Smoking ceremony there with Scuttler and Skeeter and Winesy, all the crew. Reggie.
Big crowd over the bar.
Wouldn't get out of there alive. Here's Tommy Batten, boys. Is this for 3 or 4?
I think 3, I think. Isn't
I think so. No one's really responding to me.
I think 3, mate. I think 3. So I was just trying
kick 2, so he's going for his third.
This is for 3.
Luke Wines getting on the end of that one. So again, Luke Wines, Lewis coming,
another 30 plus for both.
I don't know if Luke, Jared, I'm not sure about Nugget.
He's had 40, he reckons.
So in he comes. Tommy Batten kicks on its way. Umpire does not move an inch. It is a goal, and Tommy's celebrating. And it's the North Warrnambool Eagles ball tonight. I had one of them years ago, Blackie, and they give me a hash cookie, and they were dragging me around the floor, big fella. I'll never forget it. Back in the day, Big Oxy Nicholas. The boys. Fair dinkum.
Times have changed,
25 years ago.
Now they're...
It'd be longer. It'd be nearly 30 years. It'd be 28 years ago.
Oh, Lewis is going forward here. I reckon that would be to pair up with his old mate, Tommy Batten. So...
Unbelievable, the Eagles. They were really challenged at half time. And now...
It's been on the back of some of their younger guys, I think.
I reckon Harris has been enormous for him too. Speaking of the younger guys, he's been terrific this afternoon. And here they go again. Scoble's been terrific. Inside forward 50. Reading it best there was Gunning. So he'll go short on the 45 and finds Harwood, who's battled hard all day. He's a real barometer of cross-half back for the Seagulls. Beautiful player, Cole Harwood. Look out for a kick. One of the best in the comp. Nice mark taken by Edmonds. That's Lucas. Wants to play on. No, he's going to have to go back behind his mark. Had the player out as well. So 20 minutes gone, Blackie. 37 points of margin. It's been another good performance by the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Yeah, it has. Their key backs have been good, haven't they? Scoble and...
it's a hallmark of their game. They're back six.
Noski, Lewis, Adam Wines.
Keys. It's been a hallmark of their game. They're back six. Sully, free kick. 65 from home. He's been terrific as well for the Seagulls. So still the sunshine is out. Just looking for the best place to kick the footy. Goes for the spearing pass on the lead and finds big Jakey Bartlett. Smart kick, and Jake within range. 40 metres out. Gives the handball out straight away to Edmonds. And Edmonds kicks a beautiful goal. Nice goal there from James Edmonds. That was a beautiful finish. Class user of the footy. And they go to 8-13-61. Trailing the North Warrnambool Eagles 14-8-92. That is on the national title scoreboard. Wigsy Dowie.
Yeah, look, interesting. I've never seen Matt Sully usually gets it and kicks it as far as he can, and but then lowered his eyes really well on Bartlett, and obviously knows his limitations and gave it off to Edmonds. But not sure about how long to go, but not going to be enough time. But it's been a really good game. Port Fairy won't be too disappointed in terms of their effort, because again, unbeaten side, and they've put it right up to them.
Well, scoring shots is pretty well similar. I guess it's just that the Eagles probably been a little bit more accurate in front of the big sticks, but I think there's been a lot of positives from the Seagulls, the way they've played their brand of footy throughout the course of the day.
If you're joining us for the first time, Cobden are up by 10 points against South Warrnambool. Koroit up by 25 against the Portland Tigers.
Big win.
Warrnambool up by 9 points against the Hamilton Kangaroos. And Campout have hit the front against Terrain Morley by 4 points.
Gee, some interesting some stuff to talk about during the week.
Stuff to dissect.
Schwarbrick got the handball out.
Next week, South Warrnambool and North Warrnambool, isn't it? I think
it is, Blackie.
Yeah, at South.
Footy classifieds during the week will be on. Just dissecting it all, boys. What are we doing? What are we doing next week, boys?
I think we're talking Hamilton and Camperdown up in Melville.
Hamilton Camperdown, the clash of the Thomas brothers. We've just got to confirm, I suppose, just what we're doing sideways, like how we're broadcasting it and that. So watch this space on that one. Gill getting back in the fence there was Everall. Just goes through his hands. Driven to the ground was Big Bartlett. A little bit of a don't argue there from Scoble. He handballs over the top. Anders runs onto it. Kick, smothered. Out of bounds.
He's just no fuss, is he, Scoble?
Oh,
just no fuss.
Body lines of ball, straight, quick.
I love it.
Gary Rowan, just get a quick little word there, Blackie, from if you can. He's just having a little bit of a wander up there. He's having a little bit of a blow, the big fella. And as I said, he's been good today for the Port Fairy Seagulls.
Competed really hard.
If they were winning, I'd talk to him.
Probably a fair call. Holding the ball, and the free kick is going to go to... I reckon he's been in their best players, Lucas Edmonds, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Been good. He's been good, Lucas. Both Edmonds boys have been fantastic. Jimmy, in particular,
he's reversed that here,
Oh, he's reversed it.
Yeah.
So now the player's going to run up the other end of the
ground. This
ground.
guy's been good too, Zach Everall.
Been very good. He just creates a contest and he competes, doesn't he? Here he goes. Bang at Gorman. He gathers. He gets the handball out. Goes again. Good tackling. Handball comes over the top. Kick around the body. That was Kanar. Coming through there is Chris Wallers. Kicks further afield. That would have hurt. That was good play there by Adam Wines.
Still going, Winesy.
Oh, he's still going, mate. And look at that. They drive it to the ground.
And
he'll be dangerous tonight, Adam Wines. I think he'll be cutting loose.
Looking for a big night, the big fella, you reckon?
Definitely.
I think there'll be a few of these boys looking for a little bit of a blowout tonight. And they deserve it, because they're going to go to 10 and zip. Geez, when we were having big nights at the Bulls, we were probably 1 and 6. There's Everall again. Oh, good courageous play there. Geez, they're cracking in still hard here. Sammy Lee. Just driven into the ground there. That time was McKinnon.
How'd we go on the quaddie anyway?
We're just about coming up, Blackie. We are coming up, big fella.
Third leg or fourth leg?
This will be the last leg, boys, and I don't care what it pays as long as we get it.
Second one since 22.
Just text Chowie. Just said thank you very much, him and Stewie Bishop, for that last winner. Got up at 37-1. And had a little percentage of the quadrella up there at that dollar, boys. Took Chowie's one out in the final leg. Holding the pill. So in the last leg, just for the punters playing at home, I better get this right. In particular, Matty Rylance. We might be able to find a result there somewhere if one of the roughies gets up. But the final leg of the quaddie, 1, 2, 9 and 12. They're not playing it huge, but who cares? As long as we get something for Matty Rylance, that'll be a great result
Scoble goes inside, forward 50, batting territory. And there's the siren, and the juggernaut continues. The juggernaut continues for the North Warrnambool Eagles. They run out victors by 31 points, 14-8-92 to 8-13-61. In front of a big crowd here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve. A good win, Weeks.
Oh, super impressive. Super impressive. And again, I think we said it, Port Fairy won't be... If they could maintain that intensity and what they did in the first half, and again, you look at the scoring shots, 21-22, they've got. I think they should be pretty positive and hopeful going into. Again, I think they found the right recipe. Probably their pressure just dropped off as the game went on a little bit. But I thought, again, like your Matt Wines and even your Battens and your Adam Wines, who you always know what you're going to get from them. But for me, it was the younger guys. Xavier Harris, Zach Everell, Lockie Wines, Liam Anders, Harry Keith. They're just playing, and Vard spoke about it, they're just playing a role. And I love it how they go to the jumper and not the name. And there's some guys in there who've been in and out of that side over the last few years. See, Jai O'Brien's a really good example of that. But if he's in the right spot, they're giving him the ball, and they're giving him opportunities to play on the ball, which I think is terrific. So that's what, again, with having those guys out, those guys have stepped up and playing their role absolutely. And look, I sat in on the North Warrnambool team meeting. Fards has got him he's got him really finely tuned. He just says enough. It's really concise. It's specific. Does his homework. So they were, they could not have been more impressive. But impressed by Port Fairy as well. So they look united as a team. So I don't know what they were at Croydon, but yeah.
They've had a crack today, that is for sure. Let's go downstairs. Alan Blackburn, he's got the man of the moment. He gave number 300, Tommy Batten.
I have. Tommy, congratulations on your... Sorry, mate, we've lost a bit of... Congratulations on your 300th. You'll have to come this way, mate. Mate, great effort.
Yeah. You're right, Blackie. I can hear you, mate.
All good. Yep. Yeah, no, great effort, mate. Fantastic. 300, you and the Snooze in the same year, so great effort. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Blakers. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
And, mate, a good win. You've finished off with 3 goals. You've done really well.
Yeah, I'm about rooted, to be honest. That's the first full 4 quarters I played all year, so I've got nothing left. But, no, it was, hard-fought game. Port Fairy really brought it to us early. And, to our boys' credit, we just stuck fat and played the style we wanted to do. And, lucky enough to get on the end of some, in the end.
And, mate, 10-zip, good start.
Yeah, Vards is just making the environment at North really enjoyable and fun to be around. Even old blokes like Snooze and myself still love coming to training, and it's just a fun place to be at the moment. So yeah.
And mate, the young blokes are chopping in; they're doing well.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, the amount of development that we've had through our young blokes, and it's a testament to them for their own hard work. But Liam Ryan and Xavier Mills and Vards himself. So yeah, that's really
mate. Congratulations, great effort.
No, appreciate it. Thanks, Blake.
Good stuff. And Blackie, you better get in there, mate, because they are going to fill this room and they are going to sing this song with a little bit of gusto, I reckon, Wiggsy and Hilly.
Yeah, look, you won't be able to get it. And they're always, their supporters are great at following the rooms home and away, but particularly home. So there'll be a good crowd in there. But he's been a great player, and when he kicks them, they stay kicked and just dead straight. Like if you want to, I think, like Brendan Vivola he would run in, when he came in to kick the ball, he was outside 50, he would run in a dead straight line. So, and classy work there by the Port Fairy boys lining up.
So the Wines boys just cheering him off, Matty and Adam, and yeah, what a superstar he is. To be the second 300 gamer at North Warrnambool is an amazing effort. You think, because North Warrnambool's history hasn't been all that long, 1997 was their first year, so 28 years, and terrific.
And they would have played in a lot of games earlier. They're getting beaten in. And getting smashed in. So, it's great for both Tom and Matt Wines that they're enjoying some wins as they're in the twilight of their careers.
We got the Quaddy boys final leg. She's an artist for Kieran
Ma.
A
bit easier.
Salute. I told you blokes we would get it today.
You were going to
be a message, Isey.
He won't be back. There will be no Quaddies for Ives Kelson for the remainder of the year. And I think he's in the hard baskets. I only paid $157, but 31. But then he'll get $50 back, Matty Rowlands or something. So
better than a kick in the backside.
That's it, as well as the slabby one and the voucher. So he will be up and about. And I reckon we might have lost Alan Blackburn in those rooms by the sound of it. We just don't seem to have much singing coming out of here, which is a little bit disappointing, but we can't do much about it, that is for sure.
Hey, Matt, just looking at our live scoring, so 28 minutes gone out at Cobden. I reckon it might nearly be full time, but Cobden are 10 points up, 83-73, so could be a good win there by the Cobden Bombers if time's up there, which is great for them. Obviously, a side that's had some injuries and some good players unavailable. Croydon have got the job done by 20 points over Portland, so that's a big win for the Croydon Saints. Currently, Warrnambool are up against the Hamilton Kangaroos by 9 points, nearing three-quarter time at the Reed Oval, and a very tight one up at the Lura Oval, 10 points in favour of the Camperdown Magpies. So some good footy throughout the course of the weekend.
Yeah, that's interesting. The Terang, Mortlake and Camperdown. So it's just even. The competition's even. So a few stories I think that come out of the round, Stewie. Couple of stories. So South Warrnambool were going to lose. They probably looks like they're going to lose 2 in a row. Both the teams outside the 5. Wonder whether again they've obviously got a lot out. But I think there's a few teams that got a lot out. All of a sudden Portland are just starting after having such a really good start. North Warrnambool just continue on their merry way. It doesn't matter. It's just next man in philosophy for them. So doesn't matter who's out. They just seem to find a way. And they're really, really, I think they look like a happy team. Port Fairy. Could they make a run at it? Not sure what who they've got next week, but they're going to be dangerous. So lots of little stories everywhere.
It's really interesting, isn't it? And this whole season is starting to unpack itself, and I think the Eagles will definitely finish on top. I can't see anybody taking that off North Warrnambool. They'd have to really punch her late.
Well, especially
that'll
now,
put them 2-3 games ahead, won't it?
Yeah, well, especially with say Portland just. How many have they lost in the last? Probably lost 2 or 3 of their last few games. So if that happens, all of a sudden it'll be North Warrnambool will be on 40 points and South Warrnambool will be on 28, and North Warrnambool's got like a much better percentage. So that's like 4 games clear with 8 to play. So
unreal.
And McLaughlin he'll be in the same as Barlow. Grundy, I think Grundy will be back. He'll be back after the break.
They've got plenty of upside, haven't they?
They do.
That is for sure. Hey, listen, this is the post-game all thanks to Bojangles Pizza and Pasta and Conquest Pools in Warrnambool. Make sure if you're looking for your pool, now's the time to be thinking about it. And if you're looking for a pizza or a pasta tonight, Bojangles is the way to go as well. We're going to take a break, come back and wrap up our awards from what has been a really impressive victory by the North Warrnambool Eagles this afternoon.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.